Well, hey, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Fistivities. Karyn Bryant with you. Let me give myself a round of applause. You know, thank you. Thank you. You're so kind. At some point, this is going to be a show in front of a live studio audience. Conceive, believe, achieve. That is the dream. This is going to be a late night television show at some point. But for now, it is a late night YouTube show, also available on Fistivities.com, also available for download on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and also over on Apple Podcasts. So this is episode 58. Tonight, Renato and I are going to be talking to you guys a lot. This is kind of the voting episode. There's a lot going on here in the States and actually in Brazil as well. So a lot of elections going on. We thought it would be kind of fun to get your opinions on some things. Now, I'm not going to lie. Some of the topics that we have coming up are not safe for work, and we'll be getting to those a little bit later in the show. But we will have some things that are kind of MMA questions. I put a little teaser out on socials about some of the maybe a new rule we could add to MMA, but some other things we will have coming up. But at any rate, welcome to the show, everybody. And so, hey, I want to just get to some comments right away. What up, Fernando? Yes, Marcos, it is party time. Randy Habata, we don't really get into politics here on Fistivities. That's why this show is a lot of fun. But hey, listen, big news. Super chats are back. I got a lot of this stuff figured out. It's a work in progress. I had to take over a lot of the technical stuff on my YouTube over the last year. And so some of this stuff has been coming along a little slower than others. Some of the things I got right away, some things had been, done without my awareness or knowledge. And I figured them out and this and that. At any rate, there's a lot going on here. This is episode 58. That means there's 57 other episodes. Last night was Halloween. Last week we had our buddy Josh Barnett back on for a Halloween episode. We have 2 Halloween episodes with Josh Barnett. So if you're still in the mood and, you're still looking for kind of creepy movies, Halloween movies, scary movies, horror movies, cult classics, I highly recommend you look at last week's show with Josh Barnett because we took a deep dive on all that kind of stuff, talk a lot about movies and all that. Josh and Renato and I, we all actually really like films and know a lot about kind of old school stuff. So we took a real deep dive and had a lot of fun with that. So I highly recommend that you check out last week's show. Hey, warrior fella, what up? What up? Aloha, Shiger Tark. I saw you right on Insta. I think that you said that you were going to be here. Okay, so let's do this because I end up forgetting that I make these. I made a bunch of stuff for today, a lot of graphics for today. But first and foremost, so here is the hit list. So yeah, we will recap UFC Vegas 63. I was working this past weekend. I am absolutely gutted for our boy Calvin Kattar. Losing a fight is one thing, but losing a fight because of an injury just sucks. On the other hand, you could also say it's kind of the better way to lose, right? Because, I don't work for this thing. At any rate, I'm gutted for Calvin. Love that kid. So hopefully he heals up soon. But, Arnold Allen, there's nothing wrong with that kid. Like, I don't want it to make it sound like there's anything against Arnold, but we will get into that. We have a lot of footage, B-roll from the fights, and we can talk about that kind of stuff. Also want to talk about Paul versus Silva. I don't know if you guys watched that as well after I got off the air on Saturday. Anthony and Alan and I all got together and watched that Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva fight. I want to know your guys' opinions on that. I certainly have some. Then we will also do a Cheaty's choice for this weekend, Rodriguez versus Lemos. We will, I know there's a lot of other stuff to get to, so we probably won't focus too much on this weekend's fights, but we will get Cheaty's choice. I'm going to say Cheaty might be 10-2 now, 9-2, 10-2. He did pick Calvin Kattar last week. Arnold Allen won the fight, right? So there's not a woulda, shoulda, coulda. There's not an injury update. There's no whatever. There's no asides. There's no asterisks with Cheaty's choice. It just is what it is. So Cheaty was wrong last week because he picked Calvin Kattar. We will see what he says for this week. Lemos versus Rodriguez. We'll get to that. And then also, then here we go. We're going to get into all these poll questions and stuff like that. So I don't know if you guys saw, like I said, on Twitter, I had put out one of the ones, and it was about some of the things that we would like to maybe add to MMA. So you know what? I'll just do this. I'll show you guys a little teaser here. This is one that I had already thrown up on the old socials, and it was about what should be added to MMA. Well, this means I just got all the graphics and stuff like this. So anyway, what should be added to MMA? Open scoring, soccer kicks, same-day weigh-ins, knees to a downed opponent, or a sudden death round. So that is one of the things that we will be getting into later on. And, so yeah, I want to know your opinion on that. We got a bunch of fun stuff. So anyway, again, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. But just to say that this is episode 58. So yeah, we had Josh on. Calvin Cater has been a guest of ours before. I believe I could figure out which episode that was. But we haven't had Arnold Allen on yet. I say yet because I feel like at some point we're going to have this guy on. It's just hard with some of the international guests because of the time difference, but we always want to get them. And, we've actually spoken to the champ Adesanya, trying to get him on as well, because come on, that would be great. We're the coolest show. Like, we're the only show that he should be on, for real. You know what I mean? But it's just about the time difference and when he's in the States. And so that's the only thing the only hiccup that comes up with a lot of the international fighters that we would love to have on, but we're trying. So anyway, Calvin Cater is episode 19. It's funny because I had put a little video out last week. There were 5 of the fighters that were on Saturday's card that have been on our show. So you could go back and check them all out. But yeah, Calvin Cater was episode number 19. Khalil Roundtree was episode 26. We also had on Tim Means in episode 39. We had Max Payne Griff. He's been on a lot, but Max Payne Griff's solo episode was episode 28. And then also we had on Dustin Jacoby, and that was episode 55. So if you guys want to go back and check that out, 5 of the fighters that were on the card on Saturday have been on Fistivities. And, we'll get into that decision. It was really hard with that Khalil and Dustin fight because, we like both guys. I'm curious what your guys' opinion is on that. Look, like I just said, they're both friends of ours. They're both great dudes. I thought Dustin Jacoby won. I'm not a judge. We will get into that though. And it's hard. That's a hard one, right? Because we go back and forth on it. Okay. So let me just take this out. Anyway, okay. So episode LX. So is that, is that 50 with the before you subtract? No, we can't. Lex, look, Vixie, episode 50 still look KB cheeks. Maybe at Christmas time. Oh, speaking of Christmas, KB's helpful tips for you. I was just booking some travel around the holidays, and I will say that I did initially go to, like an Orbitz, one of those kind of sites, and the prices I was getting were pretty high. And then I went to the airlines themselves, and I found some better options. So that's just KB's little travel tip for you. Completely unfounded on a lot of other things other than this was just what happened to me today. But I found that the aggregate sites and the sort of Orbitzes or whatever were like pushing things and upgrades and upsells that were not necessarily on the actual airline sites themselves. So I literally got like 2 tickets for the price of 1 that I was getting on the other sites. So just be careful out there. I do know the prices have all gone up. And there's a lot of, stress, and there's fewer flights and fewer this, and the fuel's higher. Anyway, KB's little tip is just maybe go to the actual airline instead. If you track down like what you want to do, and then whatever. I just realized too, I forgot that now there is this thing where I can add some background music. So this is the music that we use for our theme song, and my big brother Dane does the music. So I'm going to bring this music in now because you know why? Got a couple of comments here. Yeah, to infinity and beyond. Where is Panado? I'm going to say that you're asking only because, hey, KB, we love you. And this could only get better by adding our good friend Renato, right? Not like KB, we don't care and we want Renato, regardless of what it is. I hate to say this, I lament to say this, it's so sad but true. But I really don't have much of a social life. I am incredibly single. I am hardcore single. I am not on any apps, so I have no dates except for Tuesday nights. I say 7 o'clock. Sometimes it's more like 7:10, 7:15, whenever he shows up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the only man in my life right now. As sad as that is, let's welcome in Mr. Renato Laranja. Hey!
Oh God, Ayo, that's not sad. The people is jealous from you. Imagine if they could be so lucky to have that as even one of the men in their life, let alone the other one.
It seems kind of sad to me, like a little sad.
Listen, never mind that. Look, the only other guy you could have in your life that would be as good is the Iron Sheik, huh?
Yeah.
That's Sheikh Ali Varsity. One of the greatest to ever did it. One of my greatest inspirations. Oh God,
you look good. How are you?
I appreciate that. I do look great. How am I? I'm looking good. Oh God, I almost not.
I always love the humility too. By the way.
Well, here's the thing: if I don't humilify myself, then who else is going to do that one?
Nobody. And by the way, humility, folks, is the word humbleness, not a word.
I'm gonna major to eat the humble pie, or Humboldt pie. Now listen, what was I gonna say? Oh, for some reason
I don't know.
Well, first of all, you said you wanted some music to spice up things. I got a song for you.
I'll put some music on. I realize that Renato,
never mind that music.
Sorry, I'm getting I'm getting better and better every week at all this technical stuff. And so the theme song music that we have, I've discovered I can lay it under us as a bed, which sounds weird, but
well, I'll lay you under the bed, God, you after I'm done with you. You know what you'll be like? What was that movie with Phoebe Cates where she had like an imaginary friend?
Oh yeah, it's called Good Luck Chuck. I mean, no, I know which one you're talking about.
God,
guy, yes. What is his name?
Well, it's gonna be like that, except he's gonna be the reverse. When I'm done with you, I go like this: get the fuck under the bed, caralho. And then you go to like Neverland or wherever until I'm happy for you again.
You're gonna be like a little troll. But hey, guess what, Renato? The super chats are back. And yes, Tim Klingbeil, thank you for the donation. Karyn,
$5. Oh, caralho.
Character Flash Black from the film Street Smarts, played by Morgan Freeman. I don't know about that, Tim. Who's Fast Black from the Street Smart? I don't know who that is. Who is
Karyn Bryant? Let me explain to you who is Fast Black, okay? Oh, be still my heart, first of all. A lot of people don't know this, but okay, well, you may know this. You know that before he was ever nothing on anybody's radar, he used to be one of the main character on the Electric Company. You remember him on there?
The Electric Company, of course.
He was Easy Heater. Yeah, okay.
Of course.
So then the big fucking but the big break he got was a movie called Street Smart, and it was a movie that it's an interesting idea. It was like this reporter for like I don't know whatever the Chimes or whatever in New York was trying to go deep into the world of pimps. Okay, so he's going to find out what's going on, and it was Christopher Reeve trying to go against Chipe like it was very shortly after Superman 1. Okay, so he's trying to like not get Chipe gas. Okay, and then the pimp that he's trailing, like trying to find out his life, is played by fucking Morgan Freeman, and his name is Fast Black. And let me to tell you, he's one of the best. He's one of the scariest, most realistic pimp I've ever seen in a movie in my entire fucking life. And I've seen some pimp in real life, because my father may or may not have had some friends that was pimp when I was growing up, and he may or may not have had them in his karate class to teach them a karate like fuck.
So he definitely did.
You never know. So I've seen these ones in action.
Okay, well, thank you. And now that you explain it, I think I know the reference because I feel like you shared a clip from that movie
Yes.
one time on your
Yes.
Instagram.
Where he goes like this. He breaks a Yoo-hoo bottle because he goes, "Where's the rest of my bread?" And she's like, "Oh, that was it." And then he goes, "Oh, okay, cool." And then he shattered the fucking Yoo-hoo bottle, and he go like this. He goes, "Bitch, where's the rest of my bread?" And he's like, I want the whole loaf or whatever, some shit like that. And she's like, "No, no, not my face." And he goes, "Bitch, it's my face, my tits and my ass." Yeah, but he still sounds kind of like Morgan Freeman, "Bitch, it's my face, my tits and my ass," But
That's God talking too, right? Yeah.
He's a cold-hearted pimp, Carayo.
All right. That does sound familiar. I'm not attracted to him, Tim, but thank you for the donation.
Wait, you're not attracted to who?
He said Tim Klingbeil was saying that I was attracted to the character Fast Black, and I'm not.
Shit. If you was in front of Fast Black, I bet you wouldn't be flapping your gums like that. You'd have your fucking eyeballs on the curb, and before Morgan Freeman slice you with that Yoo-hoo bottle, Carayo.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, here we go.
He also put it on Superman too. He said like that.
I remember that scene. Yeah, I was going to ask you too. Did something happen to jiu-jitsu? Christian Hinoso is saying, "Kanach, what happened to the fingers?
Okay.
Soccer gone wrong. Too many in the sting. Yeah, were you checking the oil too hard?
So you would hope that it was from jiu-jitsu, okay? But stupid enough, I can't remember the last major injury I had from fucking jiu-jitsu. But
every jiu-jitsu guy has something taped.
True, but in this fucking instance, stupid enough, it was just come from I was playing basketball with some fucking Mexican kids over in the local park over here, and then I fucking broke my pinky finger over here. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I was. So they put me on a team with like some young Mexican kids. Like one of them was good, and the rest of the guys was like play soccer, don't even know how to play. So I'm basically carrying the whole load, and I'm playing against like this fucking black dude who was like, 15 years younger than me, and he's like playing like LaFonso Ellis for her. He looked like LaFonso Ellis. Anyway.
Can you even ball though?
Oh yeah. Are you? Yeah, I can for sure. Yeah, that's my Let's just say if there was a next sport from jiu-jitsu, it's basketball.
Really?
Oh yeah, I played high school. I played like all my fucking pretty much most of my life, and I even played in a college for a very short time until I quit there.
Well, yeah, those community colleges don't usually have a big team.
Oh yes, they do. The JUCO, the junior college. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm not too shabby. When I was a younger man, I used to be able to
that online technical school ITT Tech.
Yeah, I played for University to Phoenix. But let me tell you something. And I played also DeVry. I got traded to DeVry. But let me tell you something. There was a time, Karyn Bryant, where I used to be able to dunk. Okay? Yeah. And I could do a couple fun ones. Fuck it. What am I? He hashing the others.
Okay. Well, that's cool though.
But I'll tell you this. You'll be happy to know. You'll be happy to know that one day I'll get footage of me playing with the young guys. You'll be happy to know your Uncle Henach can hang with all the young guys still. And when I tell them, whenever I hear, inevitably there'll be some like 29, 32-year-old guy who goes like this, like, "Oh, caralho." I mean, and he's telling the young guys, "Oh, when you get older, caralho, you blah, blah, blah." And I go, "Mother," and I tell them how old I am, they laugh it off because they think I'm just making a broad joke or whatever. And then finally, when I say, no, and they go, "Oh, caralho." They go, "What's your secret?" I go, "Aloe vera."
Nice. Well, I used to ball too. I used to play basketball all through, when I was younger and everything up until I didn't play. I didn't keep trying to go in college. But
I just had an idea. For all the marbles, let's play one-on-one one of these days. Like do a special where you and I play one-on-one. Huh?
I love that.
Okay, and then the loser gotta give me a blowjobby.
Well, I hope you're flexible. Because you're going to be doing it to yourself.
Great comeback. But once again, you're living in a fantasy. You're living in a fantasy.
I'm not. Although I will say, I will take that bet. And if we don't play one-on-one, we could definitely at least play horse. But if not, Renato.
Never mind horse.
I would say you and I, we could play against other people. Like, we need to talk to Cube and get 1/3 person for his 3-on-3 league.
Who?
You, me,
Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Wait, do you know QB? You know Icy Cube?
I don't know. I mean,
no, don't tell me. No, I know. Before you even say it, me and Cube doing press for Trespass back in the. I was at the Trespass premiere.
No, he did come on my show on FS1 and stuff like that. He came on UFC Tonight and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm just saying.
I'll give. Wait, he came? You made him to came?
Tim has another donation here. KB went varsity in 16 sports, including Monopoly. That's right, Tim.
Let me tell you this.
No, time out. I was varsity in soccer, basketball, and softball all 4 years, all of high school.
Listen.
I batted cleanup. So softball, baseball, that's my best sport. But yes, I was 12 semesters of varsity, 12 varsity things. I got 10 varsity letters. My coach for basketball did not give me a letter freshman and sophomore year, even though I was on the varsity team. But I have 10 letters out of 12 possible varsity options. I'm a badass.
Well, here's 10 letters for you. Go fuck yourself. No, I'm kidding. No, but okay, so I have no idea. I didn't have time to check the math on that one. But I'll tell you something. Now this makes me surprised, Karyn Bryant, because you're always talking about what a black sheep or I
was a jock. I had no dates.
No, but I'm saying it was a sad, oh God, I don't know any people who had lettered in that many sports and all that kind of stuff who wasn't in the mix with like the guys and stuff like that.
No. So that was the thing. I went to a little private school, and so there's only like 95 people in my whole graduating class anyway. So
95.
Maybe that means like I was less awesome. I don't know, but I was pretty awesome. But I was one of those kids who was like cool with everybody, but still had no dates.
But you was cool with everybody, but with no one body.
Kind of like now, like everybody's my buddy, and I'm all alone.
It's kind of like your Uncle Hanash. You're my buddy, but you forget it.
I still haven't gone on the apps. You told me I need to go on apps if I want to date in Los Angeles. I've not gone on the app.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this.
Angeles, that's how it goes.
Karyn Bryant, I'll tell you this. I'm gonna give you a little window into something psychology here. I remember when the internet first came out, okay, and it was like the wild frontier or whatever, like it was so new. People was like, WW, wow, what the fuck you talking? Okay, I remember my mommy went on a date with a guy and started dating this guy. Now, I said, well, where you fucking meet this guy, porra? We met on the internet dating. I was horrified. I thought that was the most pathetic, saddest. It was like, to me, it sounded like the saddest fucking thing you ever heard. Like this was the 90s, you know what I mean? And I was like, I was almost heartbroken for her. I thought that was so pathetic. But come to find out now, after all this time passed, she was just so fucking ahead of the game. Because to me, it felt like this. You remember those things where it was like video dating sites where it's like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I'm into Carallo and Poja or whatever.
Remember in the movie Singles when she's making the video? And
she's
like, nobody loves these ladies except for me.
Okay, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where if you're like, I'm going to go on a speed dating or something, something so pathetic. Right. Or like, I'm going to go to a singles bar.
I would do speed dating. I think I would crush at speed dating. But
anyway. In any case, you know how that shit seems so like, there's something about it that seems so desperate. And back before social media and the internet and the phone and everything became integrated with our life, all of that shit seemed like so thirsty and so. I used to have a thing about myself where I was like, let the chips fall where they may. I want to meet a chick, like I want things to be organically,
right?
Yeah, and thinking like I'm gonna meet on a fucking dating thing. Like that is so creepy, cringy. You know what I mean? Lousy, lame, square, whatever you want to call.
People meet there all the time.
And now it's so funny. It's like second nature. I mean, it's like it's so not a problem. There's no stigma to that one, and it's the only thing that happens that is kind of a bummer that will happen to you is you will match with someone who happen to know who you are. Every once in a while, I'm not saying that the whole world the whole world know who your Uncle Renato is. I mean, there's some countries like in Micronesia or one of these places where
they still haven't been indoctrinated.
There's somehow they never got found out about your Uncle Renato.
Really sad.
But mostly, but every once in a while, there's someone who you can tell, like they see you pics that you use, and then they go, "What a fucking bullshit artist," or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do like a reverse image search or whatever, like if I use a picture
that I didn't do, it's you.
If I use one that's not from Fresh, only for that website or app.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Then they can look that one up on a reverse image, and they go,
Catfish. I've seen.
And they go, "That's that guy." What up? Yeah. And so, exact. And so you're gonna hunt into people who go, "Fuck out of here," and then like diss you and get rid of you after they matched with you or whatever, because they think you're a fraud. And that's collateral damage, whatever. That's less dick for them.
I don't have one of those, so
it's gonna be more dick for you.
Giving it, I was like, I'm not giving that. Yeah, I get it. Oh, whatever. Look, it's not.
Whatever. I'm just saying. And another thing,
I know.
Another thing too, Karyn Bryant. Hold on, Caralho. There's all kind of stuff that's going on in the world. Right.
Tim says that you went varsity in a rare martial art known as Poon Sudo.
Sudo. Yeah, Chang Sudo was what.
Chang Sudo.
A lot of people don't realize Chang Sudo is just a shorthand for Poon Chang Sudo. And yeah, of course I was into that one. From a young age, I was into Poon Chang Sudo before any of these fucking guys.
Oh, and by the way, and I missed it, Drop Dead Fred was the movie with Phoebe Cates.
Drop Dead Fred,
so-and-so. I said good luck so-and-so, but it was Drop Dead, so that's exactly what it was.
You said good luck Chuck. Imagine, I'd rather have that guy under my bed.
People and they get married after they date him, but yeah.
That's your boy. What's the fucking comedian that everybody used to hate on?
Dane Cook. I think it's Dane Cook on that one.
Jane Cook, yeah. Jane Cook, yeah.
My brother's name is Dane, by the way. I know one cool Dane, and that's my brother. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, God, I like a great Dane also.
Yeah, okay. Listen, Renato, I know about the dating thing. This was not what I wanted to get into. If you don't mind, can I change the subject?
I don't mind. But I think some of these guys who want to date you is mine. Hold on. I'm going to put, I'm going to spice this up. Look at some more lighting for you guys. Oh, boy.
Oh,
look at that.
I am though. I will say I am concerned though about your pinky. Are you? So you just taped it with?
I'm going to be okay.
You did a buddy splint and you figured.
I did a buddy. I did a buddy. I think I'm going to go. Listen, I think I'm just going to go get one of those, like 1, 2, because I've had a lot of
right.
I've had a lot of cork my finger or jam my finger, and this one, first of all, like hiding one spot on the here, it's just like black and blue, and it won't move, and it's like the way it was aching all night to where it was hard to sleep. It have to be broken. I've had broken bone before. It can't be just a normal jamming.
I'm gonna put you in touch, Renato, afterwards with my mom.
With a witch doctor?
No. With my mom,
with
who
Jamaican?
actually knows a lot about medicine, and not only did she work in the pathology labs and everything, but she also was an EMT and all that. So, like, honestly, if I'm not even kidding right now. If you want to take a picture of your hand or whatever later, and we can send it to my mom, and she can probably help diagnose.
Wait, your mommy is an EMT?
Yeah, she was. Not anymore, but she used to do. Hey, mom. She used to work at a pathology lab in a hospital and all this stuff. But then later on, she worked as an EMT, and she used to be the one in Massachusetts to examine, to make sure everybody passed the test. She was the one who administered the test for everybody to pass, become an EMT. She's way into the medicine. She knows all that stuff. So I'm not even kidding when I say if later on after we get offline or whatever, she's a couple hours ahead of us, but maybe tomorrow morning if you want to like an online diagnosis, I guarantee she can help you.
I don't mind that because I'd like to give her an online diagnosis. I'd like to give her I'd like to take her temperature.
You would like my
Does she?
mom to
I
make
know.
them.
I seen your mommy. I want her to make a house.
She'll be embarrassed if I say, but she
heavy cakes, but she's also a good looking woman. I would take her. Never mind, but I would study. I would study medicine with her, sexual healing.
And she is not necessarily Rastafari, but she is Jamaican. And no, dude, Cortez, she is watching, which is what's hilarious.
She's Jamaican, my boner to
oh
go through my
God. Okay. And this is true, Fernando. It is true. There was one other girl that was chocolate in my high school, but there was literally only like one other, and Liz didn't have no dates either.
But let me tell you something. Can I tell you something?
No. What?
I've been in that situation before.
In having no dates, it's a very familiar thing to me. It's
Karyn
a
Bryant,
real familiar feeling for me. So I've been here before.
I'll give you a familiar feeling or an unfamiliar feeling. But let me tell you something. I've been in that situation before because not only my parents were split up, but I've lived in so many different fucking places and go bounce back and forth and stuff. I think I've been to 12 different schools in my life. And I always had to make new friends and stuff. One thing would be a fucking public, fucking crazy ghetto school. One thing would be some weird community, hippie, fucking weird thing. One, I went to all kinds of different shit based on where the fuck we was at. I've been I've been in a weird situation like that before, where in one of those kind of fucking school where there was like, where you was the only like person of caramel or whatever, or cinnamon color. And oh caralho, I used to my advantage because I go like this. Oh caralho, there's no, I'm corner the market on this one. And then pretty quick you find out who want to get who want an everlasting, well, no, what you call the Slugworth Sizzler. Oh god,
I think it's different for guys and whatever.
Why?
But anyway, that is not what the show is about.
Yes, it is, Scott.
No, I don't know. I'm saying this episode. I don't have a ton of I don't.
Last thing.
I will. If God is listening, please give me work success rather than love. Like I would love both, but if it's an either or situation, please give me success on the work front.
Listen, I'm gonna give you work success. I'm gonna work on your vagina. Oh God. Now listen. Listen. Here's the. Oh, porra. The exact. Yes, relax. Let yourself to relax and to accept that one. Oh, porra. Yes, the giggles is covering. He's covering some of the true feeling coming from there.
Okay, I'm sorry, but
come from your chakra. Oh God. And then, but you're unfortunate. I can't give you the shaka. Oh God.
Oh God. Okay. All right, Renato. Let's get to the business of the show.
One more thing before the business of the show. One more thing about monkey business before the regular business. About the apps and all that bullshit. We live in a topsy-turvy world. Okay. A lot of stuff is uncertain. We got a lot of crazy political stuff. You got crazy stuff with the environment. You got stuff with religion and the end of the Armageddon. All kinds of crazy shit is going on. You got pandemics, diseases, all kinds of shit. Okay. Also, we one little planet in a vast universe, porra.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing. Who knows if the human species gonna live on forever? Let alone how important anything is or whatever. At some point, you just gotta enjoy yourself, and and fuck everybody. I mean, not fuck everybody. I mean, fuck everybody, like that.
Yeah, I hear you.
And fuck who you want to, and just enjoy a little take some enjoyment for yourself because it don't matter. It don't really
I'm
matter.
trying, Renato.
Yeah.
I am trying to enjoy my life.
At the end of the day, when you're all sad and dead and gone or whatever, you're not gonna get an extra prize for having not did the shit you wanted to do. So if you want to do something and you think somebody might think frown upon that one, go fuck yourself. Just enjoy that one.
I will say one of my life mottos is I'd rather regret something I did than something I didn't do. So
I agree.
I do
The older I
100%
get,
agree.
the older I get, the more that's coming to focus. Okay.
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm a lot younger than you.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
And
I just wanted to
Christian
see.
and Noso saying that you're bringing the heat tonight. Yeah, whatever, dude. You're not that. Whatever. Okay.
And guess what? If I was a hater and I just wanted your cheeks all to myself, I would try to discourage you from. I would say, put your hosiery. Don't see any men. Do all that stuff, and I would keep you starving. Wait. Yeah, true.
Cortez says release the cheeks tonight.
I would not want to release the cheeks. I would not want to release the cheeks because I wouldn't want nobody to see that one. I only tell you these things because I care about your enjoyment.
Thank you.
But I should keep you starving so that you have nowhere to go. And then I'm gonna give you my Johnson like your lifeblood. You're gonna go like this, like you're the Count of Monte Cristo. And you're gonna go, caralho, caralho. Wait, speaking of which, before we get into any new stuffs, and I know Halloween is passe by now.
Right.
I forgot to tell you this, or I wanted to talk about this. So aside from the movies we talked about, I watched a couple films I'd never seen before, Halloween shit, and then also some shits that I knew from a childhood, but I hadn't seen since I was a little child and didn't kind of maybe had the height appreciation for it, and saw them now as an adult, and I had a fucking blast. Did you ended up watching any scary shit for the Halloween?
I did. So some of the things. So last night I watched the remake version of Candyman because I've seen the old Candyman a lot.
I never seen the remake. Is it good? I heard mixed review.
I thought it was sort of cool. Like I liked it that.
That doesn't sound good to me.
No. I liked that they elevated it from just like I felt like it was more of a film than just like a horror movie. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt like they took time and things were. It was interesting. I did like it. It was creepy, and I made the mistake of like some of the time when I was watching it, I was trying to eat dinner, and I was like, "Oh God, I don't want to see that."
Yeah. You can't do that.
I liked it. It's hard to say though, right? Because like the original Candyman was so cool, but I kind of thought the remake was sort of cool. I liked it.
Okay. Fair enough.
I also watched Crimson Peak, which is a Guillermo del Toro movie.
No, that's with Denzel Wash and Gene Hackman. No. They say Crimson Tide.
That's Crimson Tide, which is a great movie. I'm kidding. Crimson Peak, Crimson Tide is a great movie. I'm all about submarines.
I like that movie.
I love submarine, but Crimson Tide is a great, incredible movie.
Oh, you like a submarine? Oh, I do. You like because you like to be locked at 30.
I'm sure there's something phallic about it or something.
No, but the phallic.
I do love submarines, and I love movies about submarines. And I've even read books about submarines because I love them so much.
I'll give you a book about a submarine. It's called Jersey Mike's. Caralho.
Anyway, I watched Crimson Peak, and I watched Bride of Frankenstein, and I watched
you watched Bride of Frankenstein.
I did watch a few things. Did you watch some Halloween stuff?
I watched a fucking lot of Halloween shits.
Yeah.
God, I saw some black and white stuffs. There was a movie called Spider Baby, which it's like a very strange. If you ever seen any of the movies, what's that guy's Hob Zombie?
Yeah.
You can tell he was influenced by this because this one movie, Spider Baby, is very like
stuff and all of that, right? Yeah.
Not Creepshow. It's like I love Creepshow, but that's a George Romero. But I like this is black and white stuff, but like from the very early 60s. And it have like an older Lon Chaney Jr. And some young. It's hard to explain, but Spider Baby. It's like you can tell Hob Zombie's whole aesthetic and his directing and stuff is kind of
Came from there.
that's his what you call the cornerstone or whatever. That's
His
his like
cornerstone, right?
you know,
Hey,
and
speaking of
very
speaking
interesting.
of of
I
cornerstones and
wasn't done, but
aesthetics,
whatever.
D&D, I'm
Oh,
probably not gonna do an OnlyFans.
God.
Although with the holidays coming up, Renato, a
Hmm?
girl could maybe make some extra money, but I don't think I'm doing
Listen, I
OnlyFans.
could manage you if you're not careful.
Although we could maybe do some subscriber content. I've thought about it, but
Have I ever told you my idea to provide like a cuckold service where I make love to your wifey and it's like prohibitively expensive. It's like $12,000. But you
but
know, if you
if you want a divorce, you'll go F the girl so that the husband can then have a cause to say she cheated and
now
he
that
can.
is even better. Now that is even better as a setup.
That actually sounds like a pretty good plan.
But also, even if the guy is in on it, he can sit there and to watch, and I can go, look, you're a white bouch. Look at this. I'm black bouch. Look at that one. Look how she like that. And then she goes, I like him. She goes, look at you. You're puny white belt.
One's
Look at
got
that.
blue
He have a
balls,
black
one's
belt.
got a blue belt.
Caray, I have a black and blue finger. Um, yeah. So
Let's move on to some fights. Okay, Hanato. So listen,
wait, I
I
didn't
told
even finish telling
everybody.
you about the movies. I saw a lot of
Sorry,
stuff here.
you watched a
Okay,
ton of
Healy,
Halloween movies.
Healy, quick, porra. First of all,
Sorry.
I didn't just watch Halloween movies. I watched Halloween TV shows. I watched fucking old Tales from the Crypt, which they have a lot of them ones on for free on YouTube.
That's
Okay,
cool.
YouTube, you can find a lot of stuff on there because it that don't exist nowhere else. You can't even get that on HBO.
Yeah.
Okay, but they have that one on fucking YouTube. Okay, so that um I watched what the fuck was the other movies that I watched? Oh, okay. So last night I had some young ladies over, and we watched a double feature of Night to the Living Dead, the
Mhm.
first one, the original '60s one, which was I always seen scenes from it and stuff, but I never sat down watched the whole thing. What a fucking movie on such a low shoestring budget, and like it's the movie that's the jump off for all zombie movie.
Yeah.
And this is something that this guy just on a whim who was doing he was doing like industrials and shitty commercials and stuff like that, and decided to just he wanted to do a movie, and he was for over a year they just like got together him and his friends and did this fucking thing, and it became a sensation. And you know the heroine that is a black guy, okay, and in the early 60s
Okay.
that was unheard of, okay, in the black and
Yeah.
white Chinese. And it's cool because he now when you see the movie it looked like it's a metaphor for all this shit, and it looked like this groundbreaking thing. The guy admitted, he goes, the guy wasn't even supposed to be black. He goes, he just was the best guy in the audition, you know.
Well, wouldn't that be
But
nice if that's how everything was cast?
of course, but when you look at the movie it's funny because you can just like a painting or something, you can heed into this movie as like a metaphor for all this fucking shit just because of this guy, and he's great in there too. But what a great movie! And then on top of that, I watched the next one, which is Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the
Okay,
Living Dead, right? Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead, which is like the part two. Okay, and this is 1978. Cut to that far, and what a fucking movie that one. And they stuck in this mall, in like a mall in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Right.
What a fucking blast I had watching that with
Cool.
these ladies, and we afterwards we
I was just
played
gonna say,
zombies.
did you score with them? Like you had a couple of girls
Well,
over?
what was great about this is after without me even prompting, the two ladies that was with me watching this on my couch over here on the what you call, not the duvet, what's the thing, this is the double love
Divan?
seat, whatever, divan, divanche.
Futon, Diamond, loves, yeah.
they started to the girls were started to come at me and they was going brains, and they gave me brains. God,
They
have
sound
you ever
good.
heard of that brains? You know, back in
Mm,
the that's a euphemism, a metaphor for fellatio. In the 90s. Yeah, you never heard of that one? In you know, like I guess it's like come from head or whatever, but maybe it's like the even better, more intricate version of head. It's like brains, you know. So back in the 90s, a lot of hip hop guys would say, "Oh, she gave me brains, carajo." So they was like zombie for that one. They was like brainy, carajo, brainy,
and they
and
were
they was
fighting
almost
over
suffocate
the
themselves.
opportunity.
Well, there was fight over that one. And then they did. Sometimes they would share that one. Sometimes they would fight over that one. Sometimes they would rejoice over that
Wow.
one. Sometimes they would feel depressed from that one. It was they
Sounds
on
a
the
lot more
gambit,
interesting than my
very
night.
much. What was that?
Sounds a lot more interesting than my night.
It does.
Sounds a
That's why
lot
you
more.
gotta check
Sounds a
the.
lot
You
more
gotta check.
interesting than my life in general. So good for you,
Well, that's why you gotta
Renato.
take Uncle Hanacho by the horn.
Uh, I don't think
God,
so.
you.
At any rate, good for you, and I'm happy for
Yeah, good
you
for me
that you had
and good for
that
them,
experience.
frankly. Good for them, frankly.
Good for them. Cool. Okay, so let's move on to some fight stuff.
Oh, fights.
Because we're going to get into later on. We have a bunch of questions. We have poll questions for everybody. I want to get into all that, but I do, Renato, want to know what people thought about a couple of things. And so, listen, this one was really kind of tough for me. I am a really massive Calvin Cater fan. He has been on our show before. We love him. We know him and we love him. Unfortunately, look at I got no problem when people win a fight outright and they just win. This one kind of bummed me out because it was really an injury that caused the
Well,
fight
who
to be
wasn't bummed
ended.
out by this fight? Who wasn't
Yeah.
bummed out?
Yeah. Because I really feel like Arnold, as cool of a kid as he is, he came on the post show with us after. Real nice kid. And he's so low key. And we were trying to wind him up and like get some, vibe out of him. He's just like a low key, chill dude.
Yeah.
Just a real nice, respectful young kid who's a
Well,
great fighter, right? So, and I have nothing against Arnold Allen. It's just like nobody wants to win this way. And Calvin's
no.
knee got injured at late in the first round, and in the second round, he went and tried to post on it, and just couldn't continue.
Yeah.
It just sucks because nobody wants to win that way. Nothing
Well,
against Arnold, but nobody wants to win.
I
That
have
way.
a lot of I have a lot of thought about this, and for one, I'm similar to you in the fact that I'm a huge Kata fan. Okay, not just because I was a fan of him before. You already have a relationship with him professionally and all that. I knew I only came in contact with him beyond being a fan from the festivity.
Episode 19.
Love the guy. Fan of him as a fighter, as a person, as a personality. He's a great kid. I want to see nothing but the best for him. Now, unlike you, I'm also,
You love Arnold Allen.
well, Arnold, because not just because he's named after Arnold Jackson. His mom was a big Different Strokes fan and Gary Coleman fan, but um, he have been a fan of Yonko Hanach for a long time. So I love the kid. Now, I found out about the kid that he have a checkered past. He was not always the sweet, sensitive, nice, sweet kid that he was.
No.
So he was a bad kid. And now it's kind of cool because you said he was very polite. He turned his fucking life here,
Yeah.
and so, but you can tell he's a cheeky SOB because he likes certain stuff that's naughty from your Uncle Hinachi Nachi. You understand?
Yeah, no, he said he was a kid who got like kicked out of school, got in trouble. He was like,
Which is just like your Uncle Hinach. I told you, I got kicked out. I got fucking Fs. I mean, and to be able to turn yourself around, it takes some doing. And he said something that resonated. He said that he had a teacher tell him, "You will never make it." And
Isn't that crazy?
this happened to me. When it happened to me, I thought it was over the top. It seemed like a bad movie where like nobody's ever actually gonna say that to a kid. When the guy said that, Mr. Perez, piece of shit, I hope you die. I hope you're dead now. Um, This fucking guy, grown man with a beard, with graying beard, a grown fucking man told me, Mr. Laranja, he said that, Mr. Laranja, you are never going to make it in life. Before he sent me to the principal's office. And he said this in front of the whole class. He said this into my eyeballs. Mr. Laranja, I'm 13 years old. You're never going to make it in life. I still remember that motherfucker. Everything that I do good in my life here, I think about that and I think, go fuck, suck on that one, you piece of shit. And I wonder, it's funny because even though positivity is a great motivator, sometimes those people make you not quit because you go, I can't let Mr. Perez win. I can't.
I think I'm much more motivated than I'll show you, you effing a-holes. Yeah. Than by somebody going, you can do it. Like I think I'm definitely more motivated more by oh really? You didn't think I could? Okay. You know what I mean? Like
I feel you, and I think that I'm like you with that, except I just needed a couple people to tell me I'm not out of my fucking mind for me to stay in the game, to be able to even employ that fuck you. Because sometimes you can think to yourself, you're delusional. Like, am I just delusional? You know what I mean? Like, and if you just got somebody to go, I see something, and you're on the high track, and then you go, okay. You know?
Yes, because I will say the flip side of that has actually probably hurt me. And the flip side of that, and I'm saying this is that thankfully, I had parents who really believed in me. But when you actually, the flip side of that is also kind of weird, right? When you have people saying, you're amazing, you're going to do great things, you're awesome, you're built for greatness. And then when that doesn't happen, you don't actually control the world. I will say that that's actually probably contributed to more of my anguish in life, is knowing or believing I'm built for greatness and not feeling like I've attained it yet. And I'm always reaching for it. I will tell you that is probably the greatest upset in my life, and also the greatest motivator at the same time, if that makes sense.
I understand that people put so much pressure on me to be like the number one name in jiu-jitsu and Valley Judo. And when I achieved that, it took about 3% of the enjoyment away from that. So I can kind of understand that one. I became that one. And to have people like Gordon High and to have people like Kohi Brinya and stuff like that say that I'm the number one inspiration. Well, frankly, it's,
At any rate, were there other fights on Saturday? I don't know how you felt about the co-main or how. Okay, so here's the thing that I was saying.
There's a bunch of stuff I have to say.
Was a little bit tough, right? Okay, so here's the thing. We know for us that it's always going to be tough when two of our homies fight, and two of our homies fought in the co-main event with Tim and Max Payne Griff. Both these guys have been on our show before. We love them both. It was made the best man win type of situation. And I feel like both guys got their licks off. Both guys landed some stuff. But this time it was Max Payne Griff who came out with the win.
It was Griff. And let me tell you something, like I hate when two people I know fight and two people I like fight. I fucking hate it. It's not fun for me. It's just, I just want it to be over.
Me too.
Having said that, I love that no one looked like complete shit.
Yeah.
And then if I had to justify why, first of all, let's face it, we love it, the Dirty Birdie, okay? But Payne Griff is more, as much as we like Dirty Birdie and we know him, Payne Griff is, let's say, closer of a friend to the show than is Dirty Birdie. Yeah. Nothing against Dirty Birdie. It's just we know him. We know Payne Griff more. So there's that. And then there's another aspect that I thought of that made me feel better about this, which is I feel like no matter what happened with Chin Means, He's made his bones in the sport. He's been around a little bit longer. He's had a lot of opportunity. Okay, I feel that Payne Griff. I let's give Payne Griff a chance to touch the sun or whatever, to reach the,
He's still
feel
on the
like
rise more, where Tim has kind of had his
not
time and
just
is done.
not to say that Jim's goose is cooked or whatever. I'm just saying, if there's any fairness in the universe or whatever, Penn Griff haven't yet got his chances at the big, thing or whatever. So that's the only way that I justify, like, hey, maybe it was the height stuffs for Penn Griff.
I agree, and I'm okay with that. And I think that's the thing. Tim even said in the lead up interviews, like, I may not be the biggest name. People know, though, when my name is on a card, like, they know I'm going to show up and throw down. And that's exactly what they do,
Yeah.
And so I think of Tim as somebody that, like, is always going to show up and give a hard fight to anybody. But yeah, to your point, Max is on the come up more. Tim is 38 and Max, it's like 4 years younger, I think it was. And really cranking and putting together some good wins. So, they both had so much respect for each other. Like, that was, I was okay with that fight. And
that I like too.
Huh? No, I was just going to say the one
ahead.
funny thing, though, on the air at UFC, though, because he's our homie. Like, I literally said at one point, I was like, yeah, and Max Payne Griff, da 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 da, and I was like, oh wait, like, I didn't even like call him his real.
Hey, fuck it.
That's our boy. So I was like, Max Payne Griff. Like,
well, listen,
like,
I love that, first of all, and second of all, they do that shit on Sports Center on ESPN all the fucking time. They calling people. In fact, I remember one time they called Blake Griffin Professor Griff, and that is such a deep cut.
Totally.
That's like from fucking Public Enemy, like the security guy. But like, all that did was made me light the fuck up when they called him Professor Griff when he was like dunking. I was like, oh, that's fucking genius.
That's cool.
So
that is cool.
fuck yeah, I mean, I love that. But Max Payne Griff, here's another thing that made me. First of all, I was very proud of Max Payne Griff.
Yeah.
Also for bouncing back from, some things that didn't win his way and stuff like that. And you can tell he's a guy that cares so much about fighting and his career and his belief in himself, and he expects great things. And he kind of has some stumbles or whatever, even though you can say what you want about the decision, stuff like that. I was very proud of Griff. One thing I was very proud of on the other side from Dirty Birdie, which you almost never see, which made me respect his character more than anything he did in the fight, was when whatever out of fucking touch judge gave him the fight, he went like this. No,
man.
And nobody does that. You see guys when they usually, here's what you see when somebody gives them bullshit, they go like this. They start going like, "Oh, I might win this."
Shit, I might actually steal this.
And there's no honor in that.
Like, I pretend I knew I won.
Yeah, and boy, do I love someone who's honest. It's like Dirty Birdie. If he was playing basketball and the ball went off his foot and no one saw it, he's gonna say it went off me. And I respect that. Look, I don't respect that in relationships or in the workplace or whatever. But in fighting and in sport, I respect. You have to be a good sport.
Much respect for the Dirty Bird. I agree with you on that. There's nothing to say about that one. I will say this, though. I gotta put my glasses back on. I need to ask you about another one, though, because this was.
I know which one you're gonna ask me about. I know.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I know exactly.
So this is.
I could bet my life on which one.
Two of our homies. Okay.
And I have some thoughts about the exact. I have some thoughts about this.
Two of our homies. May the best man win. They have both been on our show. Khalil was on a lot earlier, and Dustin was on more recently. But both of them on the show. Great guys.
Both great guests.
Both of them. I personally, in the moment, thought that Dustin Jacoby won the fight.
Okay.
But
as did
I'm not mad at it. And it was kind of the thing of where Dustin may have done a lot of things that added up. But when Khalil landed, the power was more explosive. It was kind of like at work, we were equating it to the Cater-Emmett fight, where Calvin Cater added up a lot of things, but Josh Emmett's punches showed more power and he kind of recoiled more. And that seemed to be a similar thing because statistically, numbers-wise, Jacoby had the edge. I saw Ron McCarthy, the judge. He was on my heading to the airport with me on Sunday rather. I told him that all of us at work kind of thought he was the only one who got it right. He gave it 1 and 2 to Dustin and round 3 to Khalil. And that's kind of how we saw it, 1 and 2 to Dustin and 3 to Khalil. Yeah. But, you know, whatever, it was super close and whatever. I'm not mad at either guy. But I personally did actually think this time that Dustin Jacoby won the fight.
I agree. Okay, so here's my thought. I 100% agree with what you just said. Okay. Not one thing don't I agree with. Yeah. I saw the same fight. I saw that, like, for instance, if it was like a glory kickboxing fight, Dustin won. You know what I mean? Like, I would say that he won. And I saw, and I'm going to be honest, it's interesting because I wanted to be completely neutral on this one because of our history with these guys. Yeah. But the brainy make you, I can't help myself. There was something that Dustin said about Khalil.
You were able to mentally break him?
Yeah. And that he think he's mentally weak. I think because for true reason, because I know all the stuff, I know all the shit that Khalil have endured in his life. That, I mean, from his dad being murdered, from being a complete obese, a Vinny Magalesh, for lack of a better word, even coming from the place that fat pig was planting his flag, Vinny Magalesh in Las Vegas. Never mind, I don't want to go down a dark situation. We'll leave
Vinny out of it. Yeah.
But something about that made me chip the scale, made me put my thumb on the scale for Khalil Houndtree. Only because of that. I didn't have a dog in the fight before that. I go, let the best man win. But there was something about that where even if Khalil didn't win, I just wanted that not to be true. I wanted at least, yeah.
Because we talked about that at work, and it's funny because Anthony Smith at Lionheart actually used to, you know, Dustin's one of his best buddies. Like, they were on the same team together for a long time, and even Anthony was like, I don't know if that's actually true about Khalil. Like, that was the one thing that, you know, we were saying, and something where I was like,
yeah.
You know, I don't know, Dustin. Like, I'm not sure, because I agree with you.
And even if it was, let's say, even if Dustin was high, I wanted to prove him wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe because I'm someone who's dealt with, look, I've always had a perfect body. So I've never dealt with none of the body dysmorphia, whatever the fatness and stuff he's dealt with. But I've dealt with a lot of grief and loss, personal loss in my life. And also, you know, some mental trial and tribulation.
For sure.
To the point where I see aspects of myself in there, in Khalil with that. So because we kind of live vicariously through these fucking people who we see in here, whether it's a fight, whether it's a cartoon, whether it's a fucking whatever, you see yourself vicariously, you know, in the movies, everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, I want you to beat that. I want you to beat whatever people's expectation that you're gonna break, you're gonna whatever, you know.
And I agree, and it's true. It's so hard because I don't want to take away from Khalil's win, and just because I happen to think Dustin won on the scorecards or whatever, I second everything you're saying because Khalil's story is such a story of triumph, and it's like I'm so happy when somebody like that is able to win and keep telling their story of positivity and trying to uplift other people and being so vocal about their mental struggles and being so honest about this. Like,
absolutely,
it's all good.
And the irony of the situation is that before he said that, Jacoby was on an even keel with that stuff because he's a guy that got kicked to the fucking curb. Nobody believed in him. He built himself. He fucking went and fought all these guys all over the world in not Pride, Glory, all this fucking shit. Came in. Now he's having this resurgence. So you're looking at him going, and he's no spring chicken either. You're going, hey man, you know this fucking guy. He's earned this. He's a journeyman. You know what I mean? So that just took it from here to just a little bit in my mind. Okay, if I'm honest, and I hate to admit that because if Jacoby saw this, I feel bad. But he said he wasn't watching beforehand anyway. So hey Jacoby, oh God, and you know what? Jacoby didn't send me no whiskey yet either. So this.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Hey Jacoby,
okay,
give me some of that or whatever you have. Now, well, go ahead.
No, I agree with you.
Now, one last thoughts about that. As much as I had it being like 2-1 Jacoby, I absolutely understand how there's a universe where if you're a judge, you can give the fight to Khalil.
Yeah.
In no way is this one of these, what the fuck just happened? Because
for sure
that damage, and there's a difference between significant strikey and strikey. And so just like certain judges is gonna score takedowns more or all this, that, or aggression or cage general shit, whatever the fuck you want to call, if you're leaving it to the judges, you're now leaving it to the critics. You're leaving your movie to the critics. Cisco gonna score it like this, Ebert's gonna score it like that, and c'est la vie at that fucking point. Okay, so did I think it was a robbery? No, I was just happy, no matter how it shook out.
Well, Omega's saying he thought Roundtree won because of damage. Yeah,
and so that's what I'm saying. That proved my point here. I didn't even thought Roundtree won. But I didn't thought it was a robbery by any stretch.
Yeah.
And I was just happy. I got half of what I wanted. I just wanted Roundtree to prove him wrong. Whether Jacoby won or lost, I just wanted it to be a war and made the best man win. And
it was a close fight, and that's what we got.
It's a close fight, and if I'm Jacoby's wife, if I'm Jacoby's team, I'm up in arms. Of course, I thought he won, whatever, if I'm one of them. But you can't, in this sport, forget it. You can't, you can't leave to the judge.
Yeah, you can't leave it to the judge. Okay, so listen, I tell you what I want to do, Renato, because we have so many great poll questions and things to get to, and I feel like that's going to take a while. So how about we just quickly do Chidi's Choice for this weekend's main event?
How about we do this?
And then we get into our questions. What?
How about we do Chidi's Choice and do it simultaneously with Hanachi takes a piss?
Because I was gonna say I need to do one too. Okay, you go while Chidi goes. I'll play Chidi's Choice. You go Tinkle.
And then I'll check over the Haynes.
And then we'll rotate. Yes.
Now here's my question here. I haven't figured it out how to turn these off and then have them.
How about you just leave them behind? See, what I do is
if I leave them behind
my ears and I leave them behind.
I'll try. I hope that doesn't turn everything off and make. Okay,
just take them off and just put them down. Like you're not turning them up. You just take them out of your ear and put them down. Don't put them away.
It is really important, Chase, for you to hear me to take a piss.
Yes.
Okay. Is it important, Chase, to take a piss like outside in the side of a street?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I know you. Yeah. Okay. Here goes nothing.
Okay, I tell you what, folks. In the meantime,
hello.
Where are you? We're gonna show Chidi's Choice.
Brian.
Get out of here. Go tinkle or whatever you need to do. This is the Cheaty's choice for Amanda Lemos versus Marina Rodriguez. That is the main event this weekend at UFC Vegas 64. I will be working this weekend. I will have Alan Joban with me. I will have Dean Thomas with me. And I will have former bantamweight champ Juliana Pena with me at the desk. So this is going to be a fun time on Saturday. So Cheaty's choice here. Listen, Cheaty's record is pretty good. What are you doing, Renato? What are you doing? I can see you. What are you doing? I had the thing up. I couldn't see. Get out of here. Okay, listen. So on Saturday, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff going on. With those, everybody's going to be with me at the desk, so this is going to be fun. So this is the Cheaty's choice for Amanda Lemos versus Marina Rodriguez. Let's take a look.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Cheaty's Choice. Today, the Fistivities mascot Bearded Dragon will be choosing between Marina Rodriguez and Amanda Lemos in the UFC Vegas 64 main event. Cheaty is a bearded dragon. He loves arugula. What we do is we take the names, we randomize them. Cheaty does have a tendency to go to the right. We have put the arugula very close to each other now.
Yeah, I've moved it real close.
And here we go. Okay, he's gone to the right again, folks. If there is anything predictable about Cheaty, is that he does go to the right. So let's see who he believes is going to win. Cheaty believes Amanda Lemos is going to get the win over Marina Rodriguez. Cheaty has chosen. We shall see. We shall see.
Okay, so there you have it. So Cheaty believes that Amanda Lemos is going to get the win. I just want to remind you guys because in case you haven't remembered like what her record is, she's doing quite well. So the last time out, she beat Michelle Watterson, another former guest of ours. Actually, we had so much fun with the Karate Hottie on this one. Let me just look back and tell you guys what episode that was. Hold on, episode 44 was Michelle Watterson. So that was really fun. So anyway, Michelle and Amanda Lemos fought in July. And Amanda won that fight. Before that, she lost to Jessica Andrade, but she beat our girl Angie Hill. She beat Montserrat Ruiz, Conejo. She beat Lavinia Souza. So she's doing quite well. So she is in the main event on Saturday. And Cheaty does imagine that she is going to be the one who is winning. So we, of course, will see what happens on that one. Again, like I said, I'm working on Saturday. I'm going to have Alan with me, and Dean and Juliana Pena. So that should be kind of fun. Okay, so 808 V Dubs. I'm not sure why, how is Cheaty creepy? How is Cheaty creepy? He's beautiful. He's Cheaty. Yeah, you know what? Omega, Cheaty is like 9-1. I was gonna say, I actually know his record because he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think now he's 9-2 or so, or 9-3. So yeah, he's doing quite well. His stats are really good. But yeah, so listen, Snazzy Paradise, I see your point about Jake Paul. We're going to get to that as well. I am curious what you actually, we can talk about that right now. What you think of that? Because anyway, okay. So, hey, listen, you missed it, but Cheaty thinks Amanda Lemos is going to win against Marina Rodriguez. And I'm glad you're feeling better. You can start the conversation. I was just going to run, but I was just starting the conversation about Jake Paul.
Fuck me. Silva. Why don't you know what? Save that for when I'm taking a fucking piss.
All I was going to say.
I piss on that.
All I was going to say is on that, like I watched it with Anthony and Alan. We watched it after work. And I guess.
Wait, Alan Anthony? You watched it with Alan Anthony? I thought that's like a HMB guy or something.
No, I watched it with Anthony Smith and
Carmelo Anthony
after work. I just think that we were frustrated. We wanted Anderson to let his hands go more.
You did? Stuff. Oh, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? For some reason. Well, isn't it interesting? Nobody ever want to let their fucking hands go with them, huh? I'm gonna tinkle.
You discuss that if or not.
From Mayweather to China.
But the idea of him fixing fights is crazy. I don't want to believe it, I guess.
Oh, it's crazy. No one has ever, listen, just know this. Feel safe to know this. No one has ever fixed a boxing match in the history of fucking anything. Never.
Sure.
Okay? But I don't got nothing nice to say about that shit. Okay, what are we going? What we got here? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, I have mixed feelings about the whole power shit because on the one hand, I have to respect that this kid have gotten, you can clearly see the kid can box, you know, but you know, I don't want to. Let's just say I didn't even watch the fucking fight because it's not for me. Let alone bet money. Don't ever bet on. Just do this. Don't ever bet on any of those. Okay. That's unforgivable that you just shot it. I did not drop the deuce. I mean, no. First of all, I don't have to, and then second of all, it would not be. I like to check my chime. You understand? Um, that's all you guys got is did I drop a fucking deuce? Let's see. I predict every jump. Don't get me hung. I mean, everybody in this chat is drop a deuce. Wait, let's see. Has anyone ever popped up here in your basketball court? Oh my God, porra. It happens on almost a fucking weekly basis. Oh, Dinah, you want to see me undressed? It's gonna cost you more than $4.99. My brother, mixed martial anarchist. It happens all the fucking time. And every once in a while, I have to yoke someone up. I don't throw punches normally, but I've yoked a couple guys up to let them know I'm not fucking playing around. Because sometimes if you don't do that, these guys think they can walk all over you because I look like fucking Albie Shore. They think I'm soft. They don't know jiu-jitsu. They don't know MMA. They don't know your Uncle Henach pedigree. So they think I'm just a guy that look like one of the El DeBarge. They think I'm from the family DeBarge. So sometimes they gotta yoke up a couple of these guys, put them in a fucking headlock, put them in a yoke, like EPMD said, put him in a yoke and snap his neck. Manslaughter. Put him in a yoke and snap his neck. You know what I'm saying? Whole thing. You know what I mean? Snapping necks, cashing large checks. Huh?
I don't know what I missed, but I see a super chat, so I have to pay attention.
I'll give you a super chat.
Thank goodness the super chats are back, by the way. Mixed martial anarchist.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And thank you for the donation. Has anybody ever puffed up to you on
I already answered the question. And yes, and all the fucking on a regular basis, yes. All the Chinese. One of the funnier ones is there was this guy who was selling wolf chickies the whole time, this black dude talking shit to people, stepping to them, doing all this shit. At some point, this guy was just talking. He wasn't even that good at basketball. Talking. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Y'all lucky I don't blah blah blah. And I'm from blah 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 set. And I'm gonna do this and that, the other fucking thing. But then I noticed to myself, everybody was kind of falling for his shit. Then I noticed to myself, like, he wasn't with nobody. I didn't know the guy. He didn't come with nobody. And he was far enough away from his bag and his shit where I'm like, what is he gonna do? Hunt over there and grab a Uzi or something like that?
Right.
And then he was like, then he did some shit to me, like fouled me too hard or whatever, and he was about to start like trying to chump me off like he was doing everybody else. I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I like pushed the guy, and he was like, what? You want to? Oh, nigga, you want to spar? And he kept saying that. To other people, like. And I thought, wherever this guy come from, I guess sparring means fighting. You know what I'm saying? So he kept going, what's up, nigga? You want to spar? or whatever. Like you want to spar? What's up? And then so I was like, he said that to me, and I was like, yeah, motherfucker, I want to spar.
Actually, yes.
I go, let's go. And then this guy chuffed all day long, scaring the shit out of everybody. This guy go like this. I don't even have my boxing gloves. And then this guy shrank to like this size. As soon as he said that, I just laughed. And then from then on, he was the joke of the whole shit. And then every once in a while, under his breath, he'd be like, "Yeah, niggas, I'll come out here and spray everybody. I'll kill every niggas out here because these niggas out here don't know where I come from." And I was like, "Fuck out of here."
Sure. Okay, so before we move on, Mystic Black saying, "What up? When can I finally interview you?" I don't know.
And by interview, he mean
no.
He's black.
I do
Mystic.
interviews. I'll do an interview, but just that's it. Okay, so listen. Oh yeah, this person is saying, did they say, you're sure that teacher didn't say, if you don't straighten up your act, like how you'll never amount to nothing?
My brother? Okay, so
straighten up your act.
Like, so yeah, that
maybe you just missed that part.
That would have been very nice, okay? And that, if he had said that, it wouldn't have stuck with me.
Sure.
Okay, because that makes fucking sense.
Right.
This fucking piece of shit said, Mr. Laranja, you will never make it in lifey. And then ushered me out the fucking door. Brutal. To go to the principal office. Brutal. I'll never forget it. And he did not say, if you don't clean up your act. So fuck that guy. You should never say that to a child.
Well, that's a person who should not be a teacher, by the way.
No shit. And a lot of those people shouldn't be a fucking teacher.
No,
I mean, I had a lot of...
And they're miserable.
I remember... I had a teacher who used to throw, if he was talking, they'd throw fucking chalk and hit you in the face with that. You know, I guess you can't do that these days.
Okay. No, you definitely can't. Okay. So let's move on, because here's the thing, Renato. I made about 8 different poll questions. It's 8:23 now. So I don't know if we spend 10 minutes on each of them. We're here for a while still. I don't know how long we want to debate. I think some of these will maybe be faster than others, or maybe, I don't know. And I don't want to set a time limit. I'm just trying to set the table. I'm not trying to be the boss or give a time limit or anything. I'm just trying.
You're not the boss of me. Look at that. Look at how that happened. I'm already starting to sweat.
Are you sick? Do you have the Rona?
No, not sick. You know what happened? It's funny. It's not on this side. The reason I think I just like lean on this shit and they get sweaty. I don't know. And the fucking lights, and then also
me and you get hot. You're like, oh my god, she's so hot.
It's true. I get hot and bother.
Okay.
Yeah, my schwanz. You should see my schwanz if you think this is something.
I don't actually want to. So let's go to the
You're lost.
Yes. I'll do this.
Your mom is have a different start. She's singing a different tune somewhere. She's playing on the steel drum. She's going, don't let him fool you. Oh no, who even tried to steal you?
Wear it.
Yeah, exact.
Fit. Sorry.
Yeah, if the
waiting in vain, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but waiting in vain is probably one of my top 3 for Bob Marley.
Yeah, but when I sing to your mom that one, I'm talking about the vein, like not just vein, but it's the vein. I don't want to wait for you to see the vein on that one. I want you to see that one. I want you to see the vein. I don't want you to wait for that one. Yeah. And I'm wearing one of those like mesh t-shirt that's the color of Jamaica, and I have jeans on, tight jeans, and she can see the vein even through the jean. Oh, caralho. Porra. I'm gonna feed her Scotch bonnet pepper.
The mesh shirt is so specific.
Yeah, it's very specific. So is the vein on there. It's very specific. Oh, caralho. It's unique. Oh, porra.
Oh my god. You just painted such a perfect picture of The Harbor Shark guys like down there. Oh my God.
Yeah, me and the harbor shark have something in common, Scott. Your mom's gonna need a bigger boat. Oh, boy.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Hey, super sticker.
Oh, $9.99. Now you're speaking. Oh, mixed martial arts anarchist.
What's up? Shit. Thanks for the super sticker. What's up?
Thank you. Now I can go. Thank you, Mr. Marchama. Now I can go to the movies by myself.
What do you?
You remember that in Trading Places?
Okay, I don't remember that. I just want to make sure. I think I'm doing this. I don't know. I got the stuff back on, but I don't know if there's something I'm supposed to do now in response to this. But maybe
Here's what you're supposed to do. Put that in my bank account, porra, and let me to buy.
Hey, I wanted us to go have a team dinner up at Crossroads again, and
I'll give you a team dinner. Team Hillshire.
I don't want tube steak.
Team Hillshire Farms.
And you're not getting tacos. We're going somewhere else.
Listen, if you allow, listen, like I said before, one day you're gonna be in an old folks home, and some old Jamaican nurse is gonna, or Haitian nurse is gonna be wiping the whatever creamed asparagus off of your chin, and you're gonna be like, honey child, you remember that good looking young man, Renato Laranja? Oh girl, me love that one. Me need that one. What you told him? What you gave him? Yeah, go on. Well, me told him me didn't want him to fuck me. She's gonna. What do you think she's gonna say? She's gonna go, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You wasted your life." Anyway.
Hey, look it. You might be the one that got away, baby. That's it. That's just.
Listen,
so that will be my cross to bear.
You can lead a Jamaican woman to the horse. Yeah, it's like that. It's like, my dick is like, he remind me of.
I feel so bad for people who listen to the audio version of this with that full snort. Sorry.
Yeah, well, first of all, the snort, that's getting me all hot and bothered. But here's why you're gonna snort true when you're thinking about the vein, because it's true. You know what my Johnson he mind people of? It's like a throwback. It reminds you of the Chamas guide, because all that vein. And also, that remind me that in England, in the UK, they call it a João Chamas. Oh, caralho, my João Chamas. But for me, they're talking about the Chamas guide.
The Thomas guy
because it can take you anywhere you need to went. Oh God, it's gonna take you straight to
my way around Los Angeles.
It's gonna take you straight to the chop. Oh, porra. That chop.
The Thomas guide, I would have never found my way in LA. But okay.
And just like Thomas's English muffin, they have a lot of nook and cranny on the way.
That's amazing. We digress and we get ridiculous. Okay, Renato.
Yeah.
Which would you add to MMA? And granted, 1FC, I believe, does have knees to a downed opponent or soccer kicks right now. But if we were adding to, all of MMA across the board, would you prefer to have open scoring, soccer kicks, same-day weigh-ins, knees to a downed opponent, or a sudden death round? Folks, we need your opinions.
So this is a fucking hard choice because I like every single one of these one.
Just leave this up here for a second and then we'll go full screen again.
I would say my least one that would be the easiest for me to get hit of is soccer kicks, because as much as I think that it should be okay, I don't need that one. All of them I love, but I'm gonna say I think that the one that fans would immediately love the most would be the sudden death hound. I think that think about how many times you've watched a third, not in the 5-hound ones, but how many times did you watch a 3-hound one between two studs that were like, how is this not a main event or whatever?
Yeah.
And then it's just getting cooking by the third hound, and these guys is fucking killing each other, and it's kind of a even fight, and you're like, oh, and how many times the announcers went, the commentators went, oh, if only we had a 4th hound or a 5th hound.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I think that, like, even though that wouldn't have been if I was to sit down and hide the answer, probably wouldn't say that. But right now, my gut just told me that that's the one.
Okay, well, Randy, so mixed martial anarchist is saying knees to a ground opponent is number one.
I love that one. I love that
one. Randy says all of them.
Yeah.
Dean D says holding judges accountable, which is a whole other thing.
Okay, so you know what? We should have added that. We should have added that because that is.
That's a whole.
You know what's funny?
The judging thing is a whole.
I can't believe I didn't. I can't believe I didn't include that because.
Well, but that's what I think. That's what open scoring would help, right? So that's the whole idea.
It only helped to a certain extent because all that does is make like, oh shit, that guy fucked up the decision here. I gotta correct this guy's mistake.
Well, to me, if I think open scoring is the thing that should be the one that should be added, like because
I understand, but
for that reason,
but. That in that recipe, you still not. I'm probably yelling right now. In that recipe, you still not
understanding what the judges are seeing or their motivation or why they chose.
Well, it doesn't. It's not that you need to understand it, but what you're doing is if someone is off base and they just gave someone who should be winning 30-27, and they gave the other guy 30-27. The best that you can do as the guy who's getting jerked is at least know that so you can just like put your brains and your life on the line to try to pull it out.
Right.
But that still don't put a consequences to the fucking.
Yeah, I mean, look at the judge thing was just not an option there. I mean, because people have spoken about, judges not being actually in the arena, them being in a separate room, watching on a TV without the sound of a crowd, without. Whatever, and with instant replay, and maybe we should.
I'll settle for them knowing what they're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 5 judges is a thing, or maybe it's the type of thing where you have 5 judges and it's like ice skating, where you throw out the high and the low, and you know what I mean. You get an aggregate. Maybe
what I don't.
Whatever.
The one thing I've always said that I just can't wrap my head around is that there's no other. You can't think of another competition situation where the people who is judging have never did the thing that they judging.
Well, okay, but
imagine. Okay, put it to you this way: what if the Oscars was only determined by people who have never acted, directed, produced, done anything in show business before professionally?
But wouldn't that be the will of the people saying that person was the best?
But that would be the will of amateurs who don't necessarily know what's
good and what's bad.
Okay, let's put it to you this way. Let's even check it into a more simple thing. You've seen these cooking shows, and I think I may have even mentioned this before, but let's say Top Chef.
Yeah.
Imagine if the people grading the dishes and deciding who stays and who goes and who wins a thing to open a new restaurant. Imagine if these people have never cooked professionally in their life, and it was just restaurant goers.
I was just gonna say,
and they're telling professional chefs,
right?
No, I didn't care for that.
Right. Oh, listen, I feel that way when people, trolls or whatever critique me, and they have no idea what I actually do for a living, and they have no idea how hard it is.
Listen, they know
you're allowed to not like somebody, but to actually critique my technique is a whole other thing. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, any of those guys could do what you're doing. So here's the thing.
I know what you're saying.
I'm kidding.
I know what you're saying. But if you get all former fighters as judges, then they may also have personal allegiances to this guy comes from this gym. I know this dude. Like I'm saying, it's an imperfect science, and I agree that there's a lot of things that can come into it. And yes, it would be amazing to have judges who actually practiced the sport that they were judging. I 100% agree that would probably help.
I just think it would be tremendous because I just feel like if you haven't done this shit, put it to you this way. Let's say even if you was the problem I find is this. You could be a D1 college hustler or Olympic hustler.
Mhm.
You could be a black belt in BJJ, and you could never have done any form of striking.
Mhm.
And you will not understand some of the intricacy of what's going on in striking. And same with if you could be a guy who have won K1 and been a grand champion and you've never done grappling. There's intricacy in the fucking grappling arena that you
Right.
don't even have a concept of. Where you think something is boring or you don't even understand that one guy is getting the better of the other guy.
Right.
You just think nothing's happening. You should not be able to put your fingers on the scale of justice.
I hear you. Okay, well, so we kind of digress because that wasn't really what the question was.
I don't care.
Anyway, okay, so folks, so a lot of people are saying they wanted to see knees to a downed opponent.
I concur with that. Fuck.
And actually, a lot of people are saying too that they like the same day weigh-in and stuff.
I
like
love
so,
it.
yeah,
I love it. I'm glad
opponent,
because
same day weigh-in. See, here's the thing, Dean. People saying open scoring, but if those judges put in a questionable score and they just go on their merry way, here's the thing. And somebody said, "Oh, it takes away from the fans in an open scoring." See, I disagree. Because I think that like if you're the fighter and you see open scoring and you're like, oh crap, I thought I was winning, but I'm actually losing. Now I'm going for the kill. Or hey, I'm winning. This opponent, I'm also yelling. I'm winning. It's weird. I'm home alone and I just yell excited because we're passionate about this stuff. Because it actually does get you passionate. But literally, I'm yelling too. But so literally, so yeah, it's like, okay, so if I thought I was winning, let's say it's just a 3-round fight, me and you. And let's say I got rounds 1 and 2, and we're going in round 3.
Wait, what position do I have you in? Oh, a Boston crab. You're giving me Boston crabs.
And I'm winning. I'm not gonna go, well, cool. I don't have to do anything this round because I'm winning 2-0, 2-1. Because I know you're only going for the kill. So now I'm like, well, crap. This dude knows he has to kill me to win. So he's coming like full guns a-blazing. Like there's in no scenario is this boring to me because also look, if it's 1-1 and you know it's 1-1, then there's everything to play for. If it's 2-0, the one person knows they got to put the pedal to the metal. Like there's no way open scoring is boring to me.
Exactly. And here's another thing. Here's another thing. Even if you want to check away what you just said, which is 100% valid, and I agree completely. If you're trying to say that it takes away the same excitement that you have at an award show before they open the envelope, think about this. That's one moment. But if we have open scoring, that entire last round is going to be filled with fucking excitement. So you're going to get a whole 5 minutes of that feeling rather than just one little moment before who won it with the drums from the classical music, the timpani, like Star Search or whatever. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So yeah, so we're on the same page.
So my vote in that, just to wrap that one up, and we'll move on to another one. But my vote on this. Hold on a second. Wait, why isn't it going back? Wait. Okay. So out of all of these, mine would be to add open scoring. But I'm not going to lie. I love a sudden death round too.
The only thing about the sudden death is I feel like that's even the great equalizer. Like I feel like this. You know how, okay. Let's say in football, American football, you have a better chance of being a team who don't deserve to win the Super Bowl or don't deserve to win a championship in that sport because it's like it's only elimination games.
Yeah.
But in a sport like basketball or baseball, it's a series. Mostly the team that's supposed to win is going to shake out of that because anybody could have a lucky fucking game, you know, but you got a best of 7, you know what I'm saying? wait, what the fuck was the whole point of that?
Well, I was just saying about the sudden death round. You were saying,
so the sudden death is like, I feel like no matter who judges got hung or whatever, you throw that last hound, you're gonna find who is supposed to win that fucking fight. You know what I mean? But now if I'm a fighter, a modern day fighter fighting now, I'm gonna be like, fuck that. But as the fans, you'll be like, entertain me, kill each other. You know what I'm saying? I want to see who has the most moxie or whatever. You understand?
I hear you. So same day weigh-ins, Dean saying that's a no for them because they don't
No,
think the fight.
Dean, here's what you don't understand. Dean, here's what you don't understand is the same day weigh-ins is gonna eliminate the people cutting all that weight. You'll fight at your
real weight. You'll just
yeah.
fight
So
at your natural weight.
That's the whole thinking behind that. Not because for some we get a kick out of same day weigh-in. It's so that you're gonna have people fighting in the fucking weight class they should be in. No advantage for bullshit. I'm bigger than this guy, or I look two times bigger than the guy. And everybody's nice and hydrated and healthy and eating enough. Yeah. And you're going to get more energy out of these fighters. You're going to get the best. We want to see the best of the best.
I think I agree with that. But I think moving to the morning weigh-ins did alleviate some of that.
I got a question for you. What's your favorite sport, not combat sport?
I mostly watch football or tennis.
Let's check tennis because it's more a one-on-one. Unless it's double whammy or whatever the fuck is that one. Mm-hmm. Imagine if what's your favorite one? Wimbledon, US Open, what do you think is the
I like
prestige?
Watching Wimbledon, and I like watching
Wimbledon.
Open. The clay is kind of fun just because.
Imagine if in Wimbledon, the finals of Wimbledon, they go, hey, listen, check this out. Before the championship game, what we do to these guys is we make sure they have no nutrition in their body. Not even water can they drink. Okay, we suck them down to they look like the guy. They look like the guy in The Machinist. Okay, and then
I think Christian Bale said he ate like an apple a day, and that's all.
I mean, if that, God, are you okay? And then we're gonna make sure that they like almost near death the day before, and then we're gonna have what a great Wimbledon final we're gonna have to that one. You'd be like, well, please don't do that. Anything but that.
Best. Right? Yeah.
Or you go, how about this? We make sure they hasted. They've had the best of everything. They're full strength. I want to see the best athlete, the best, strongest, most energy. I want to see who can win, not who was able to sneak in there and be heavier than the other guy. Who gives a shit about that?
I get you, but I think moving it from 4:00 on Friday to 9 to 11 on Friday is better. But anyway,
it's not enough. I'm sick of, like Charlie Bucket. I'm sick of cabbage water. It's not enough.
Okay.
You remember that?
So the next poll question, Renato, do you want it to be fight related or not? I'm going to save a couple of them till it's a little later.
Let's go back and forth
for the after hours. But there's a couple.
Let's go back and forth.
Go either way. Okay. So then how about this one? Would you rather, Renato? Would you rather be a billionaire or be able to bed anyone you want at any time you want?
I think I know you.
I already have that superpower, so I'd rather be a billionaire.
Okay, well, let's put it to okay, so I know women is going to answer this one way and guys is going to answer another way. Because, oh, hell yeah. So now my thing is, listen. You can check the graphic.
I am.
Okay, so now the way I look at this one is one of the main, I don't need to be let's face it, I don't need to be a billionaire. I think that when it comes to men, most of being a fucking billionaire is like this. What kind of house, what kind of car, what kind of vacation can I take, multiple chicks, whatever the fuck, all this shit is superpowers if you was to narrow it down to how can I get the hottest women possible in the world with this money. And of course, you want to be comfortable and all that kind of stuff. But here's the deal. You're going to be comfortable anyway with fucking 500 million or 10 million, whatever the fuck it is. So you don't need billions of dollars for that. You're going to, even if you're making $250,000 a year, you're going to have a nice chimey. You're going to the store, you're buying the Hales pasta sauce. Okay? You're drinking Lowenbrau. You're not drinking Pap Blue Heaven anymore. Okay? So now, the only thing that you need extreme wealth for is to take care of these chicken head who is used to being wooed by, pop stars and fucking football players and all that, so that you can get the creme de la creme de la creme de la creme of the girls who is spoiled enough to be spoiled by these fucking H guys and sultans of Brunei and all this fucking stuff. Now, if you give me $250,000 a year, I think I got my bills paid. I think I'm fine. I think I can eat. I can go to the store, get whatever the fuck I want. I can do it. I can wear enough shoes and whatever the fuck I need. And I can fuck any woman at any Chinese I want. Anyone I want. I'm in business, porra. And here's another thing. Even if I go to the poorhouse, I still have the power. So the joke's on them. I could be poor as fuck. I could be on welfare, and I still get you fuck. You still gotta come to the project and hang out with me or whatever. Oh, cara, you gotta check the elevator, the hickety elevator. I don't even come meet you downstairs. I buzz you in, cara.
It's got the cage kind of around the
yeah. You'll come in to spend the night with me.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. And I guess maybe it's just different because as from a woman's perspective, and anybody who's watching, any ladies watching know this, I'm going to say, and I'm being conservative here, any woman over a 3 or a 4 can pretty much get it whenever she wants it anyway. Now, mind you, she may not get whoever she wants.
That's very different.
But she can get
dick, but let's put it to you this way. That's true.
But maybe
however, imagine whatever. I mean, and on a whim, anything you want. Anything, any man you want.
But I don't know that that's as important to me as the stuff that I could do with $1 billion. Like I'd much rather be in one of those, like suites that's over the water. When you look in Bali or they're in Fiji and they're on the thing and it's like right in the water and you like dive out of your bedroom into the water. Like
I understand, but without good dick.
And if the dude's with me, that's cool. But if he's not, whatever. Like to me, the billions of dollars that I could have to buy that kind of vacation and that kind of lifestyle would be more exciting and interesting to me than just being like, oh, I can get that D whenever I want. Because I still do believe with my billions of dollars, I'm probably going to get some pretty solid D. And
not anyone you want.
Like, no, but who do I want that I don't like? It doesn't. Okay, fine. Idris Elba, fine. I don't have Idris Elba right now, but like.
But you could if you have the superpower that I have.
Okay, I'm still living.
You're not okay. You're depressed. And for me, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be the happiest as a clam.
I'm taking the $1 billion, and it's not even close. Like it's not even remotely close on that decision.
And funny enough, think about this. Think about this. I can have a lot of the women that I want, Pohan. I mean, let's face it. And even then, I still want the superpower because I can. Boy, that's gonna settle a lot of shit. I don't need a lot of accoutrement. A lot of that shit is for women. I'm telling you, if you really chop it down.
I'm taking the Billy.
You could have that, and all your family is gonna be on you like leeches.
So I only have a small family: me, my mom, my brother, and my daughter. That's it. I got 4 people I care about.
No, we're talking about $1 billion in dollars, cara.
In dollars, yes.
Not in fucking cruceros, cara, porra.
But literally, Renato, I got 4 people I care about. Literally, it's me, my mom, my brother, and my daughter. That's it. 4 people. So Billy's gonna go far.
Listen, I'll check.
And Dean has a point. I could pay for male escorts. I guarantee you, if I had $1 billion, and then I was like, "Yo, Idris, I'm gonna send you my jet. you're going to get on it and you're going to come over and we're going to have dinner. He'd be like, cool, KB.
He don't need that. He don't need that. I'm gonna listen. I guarantee you, with my superpower, I'm gonna have a fucking blast. I'm gonna have more of a blast than any billionaire could have come imagine.
With my Billy, I'm calling. What's his name? What's that little cutie pie name? Taylor Kitsch.
Emmanuel Lewis.
Taylor Kitsch could get it.
I'll give you Taylor.
Who else could get it? Who else could get it? I don't know. I got to think about it. But there's a couple people that could get it. So that to me is an easy one. So I'm taking the Billy and you're taking the superpower. Yep. Okay.
We'll see what the people say. And seeing as how I'm sure we have more male fans, then I'm gonna win anyway.
I don't know. Okay, I'm going now to people saying I'm gonna hook up with Webster.
Yeah, well, you're gonna hook up with Emmanuel Lewis. He had a Lamborghini. I remember that. He was on Lifestyle of the Hitch and Famous.
Omega's taking the Billy.
That's because Omega has no game and no dick.
Eric's taking the Billy. He's insane. He's an insane dead after a terrible accident. I'm so sorry. He's going to take the Billy. Oh, I'm sorry.
I left one job for another happened 9 days. Okay. Yeah, but imagine you have no job, but you have any fucking pussy you want in your life.
But JP says the Billy gets you option
B.
No, it
doesn't. Anyway. No, it doesn't. You can't fuck with $1 billion. Look, you think
Randy says Billy.
You think Bill Gates can just go fuck Beyonce if he wants to, or I don't know. Check your pick. Fucking what's the Jamaican one with the big forehead or whatever? The fuck, Rihanna. Yeah, you can't have that if you want.
I thought you were talking about me. She's Bahamian.
Okay,
I literally thought you were making a slight at me.
No, I'm talking about the one. She's Bohemian, whatever the fuck.
Bahamian.
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 Riri.
What did he mean?
Riri's awesome.
But anyway, what?
Dean St. Tyra Banks. Okay. So let me go to another. Can I go to another fight one then?
Please do.
Okay.
I'm gonna be stuck with all the punching I'm getting from all the famous every chick I want.
From your whatever. Okay, so we decided you're taking the
forever,
superpower.
No matter what.
I'm taking the
$1 billion you can lose. My superpower could never go away. You could get sued. You could get sued for trying to pay an escort and for sexual defamation. And then for me, my powers.
I'm gonna literally put $900,000 in the bank, and I would just live off or 900 million in the bank, and I would just live off the interest on that anyway. And I would just I'm not gonna be stupid. Renato,
I could be homeless. I could be homeless and just to be with anyone I want.
Giselle's single. You could be like, yo, Giselle, baby girl.
Giselle, she have no choice. She'll be happy.
I don't got what TB12 got that I don't got.
That goes for right now too, except for the money.
That's your country woman. You can't get her.
I could. I will. I just gotta put her in front of me, porra. Get her on the show.
Oh, by the way, I meant to show this earlier and I just forgot. I was asking on Twitter why people thought Jake Paul won. It wasn't because Jake Paul.
Do we have to
good.
bring up? I fucking can't stand this
But
shit.
was it because Jake Paul was good, or was it that the age difference was too big? And yeah, most people.
I don't even.
67% are the age difference.
Listen, it's not that I have a completely different take on all that shit, but I don't want to besmirch anybody. So
okay,
you know what? Okay. I'll tell you this. I'll put it under this. I don't like to knock the next man's hustle. So I'm not gonna say shit about that.
So you think it's fixed and somebody got paid and they're just taking.
I don't know what it is, but I don't knock the next man's hustle. It's great work if you can get it. Good for them. They're laughing all the way to the bank. That's all I have to say.
Actually. Okay. So
and
here
good
we
for
go.
them.
Okay. So here's a question for you, Renato.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me do all this correctly so that we can see everything correctly. Okay. So would you, Renato, rather have timeouts during fights or 10-minute rounds? So would you rather?
I don't know that I would want either of that one.
For a fighter to be like, yo, timeout. And I don't know how long timeout would be necessarily, but
I gotta tell you,
like each fighter, you know, like in a tennis match, how you get challenges, or in, you know, whatever, and coaches think they get challenges, because that's one other thing I thought of was about challenges, but that would have to be with judges, and that's a whole other thing. But like for a minute, if you're halfway through round 2 and you're like, gosh darn it, my strategy is just not working.
I gotta say,
like, let me call timeout. Let me get a 60-second extra timeout to go to my corner and be like, bruh, like this isn't working. Or, you know, the whole 10-minute round thing, where a lot of people don't like the fact that, you know, they think the rounds stop. And, you know, if like in Pride, if we had a 10-minute round, maybe not necessarily for all of them, but at least for the first round, that people would enjoy that kind of thing. So I'm curious what you would prefer on this. I think I would probably I actually don't know what I would prefer, to be honest with you.
So because it's funny, I thought that maybe I've considered everything before. Seeing as how I never even considered the thought of somebody just being like, yo, Chime, I'm getting this dude's beating the fucking brakes off me. Chime out here. Now that shit would be funny. That shit is so fucking funny that I never, on his face, I think it's ridiculous. But I've never sat down to think about it, so I can't really give you an answer right now. Right. I will tell you this. I had a love-hate relationship with the 10-minute hounds in Pride.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't all 10. One was this way and another was this way. Wasn't it like 10 minutes, the first one or the last one or something?
The first round is 10 minutes and then the other ones aren't. Right. Yeah.
Sometimes it fucking made it was great, and sometimes it was like, fuck, I wish this is fucking boring. These guys, like, some fights don't deserve a fucking 10-minute hound. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, if it's a great matchup, if it's Dan Henderson versus fucking, you know, Vanderlei Silva, yeah, you want a fucking 10-minute hound because it's two guys beating the brains out of each other. But you know, you got I don't know. Would you want 10 hounds of fucking Ngannou versus Black Beast? That one, like, oh God, are you? I mean, 10 minutes of that. I'm just saying, imagine. So as good as it can be, I would say that most fights isn't a barn burner, so I would say I'd have to put the kibosh on that idea. Okay. And I'm have to go to the lab. This is to be continued on the thought of us. I think if I was beating the shit out of somebody, I think that's too much of an advantage.
Well, Dean likes the 10-minute rounds because, yeah, there is an old school sensibility to it, and I guess that's what it is. Is that a lot of people kind of like that? But this is like call time out. Sugar Tart says call time out right.
Yeah, see, that's why you couldn't have that. That's why you couldn't have that.
No, I know. I look at timeout as like a thing, like, but look at timeout. Maybe after timeout, you still start in the same position, but at least you had timeout where the guy's like, okay, you got to go to your corner. They're like, okay, bro, what you want to do is fight the hands. Don't worry about this. Fight the hands, and then scrape, and then chest to chest. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Okay, bro. Okay, cool. Tag in, and you're back in the same position. I'm not saying the timeout would change position or anything like that. But like, there's some people that are just freaking green, and I feel like that's exactly when people would call timeout, is when they're about to get choked.
Yeah, and I feel like if I'm the guy doing the choking, it took me a long time to get to that position, a lot of hard work. And it's like it's like,
but you can't wipe down, you can't get dried off, you can't do anything during the timeout except like stand there or whatever, or like, I don't know, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it personally. As a person, I'll put it to you this way: I'm a person who loves to be on someone's back. I'd fucking hate that. Okay. Wait, let's see.
All right. Well, Snazzy Paradise is saying 10-minute rounds are exhausting. I've done that in boxing and went hard non-stop. Can't imagine how much more exhausting it would be as if it was MMA. Yeah.
I think I would prefer than the 10-minute. I think that my fix on that would be the sudden death. Is like, let's just get another 5-minute round. You know what I mean? Right. I think that one is better than all two of those.
Well, but people are saying, you know, they might end up pacing themselves differently or that or another thing. Oh, listen, JP, the tag in another fighter was another thing I thought of.
Now that's
funny. Look at Chael up at Submission Underground. We had tag team jiu-jitsu, and the first time we did it, it didn't actually really work. And we realized after the fact that we needed to like implement more rules about like you had to mandatory tag a couple times or something like that. Like it was a work in progress, and then the stupid.
Now I'll tell you what,
whatever. But tag team fighting was another thing I was going to put on here.
I think that's a gimmick. Obviously, that's like it's a sideshow kind of thing. However, I'll be damned if I'm not curious.
I'm watching. I'm totally
watching. I'm very, very curious about that. I have to admit, I feel like he's distasted. But then there's other shit I watch that's distasted. There's movies that I watch that's distasted. There's pornos that I watch that's distasted. And there's junk food that I eat that's distasted. And that don't, just because I'm like,
right,
don't mean that I don't want it. So I don't think it's great. I'll still watch that one.
All right. Okay. Well, so we can have folks.
I think it's not classy. I think it's not classy, but there's stuffs in this life that we like that's not classy.
Right. Okay. But on that one, if you had to just do a gut instinct gut reaction, 10-minute rounds or timeouts, you're going with.
Oh, between the two of them, 10-minute round, easy.
Okay.
Timeout is just it don't benefit the offensive guy at all, you know.
Okay. So wait, no, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so now we will go back to another sort of not MMA thing. So Renato, which one of these things has got to go? If you and your significant other, if one of these things has to go, they've got money, they're in good shape, they got a sense of humor, they're pretty or handsome, or they got a great ass, great tits, great D, great whatever it is, your favorite thing, they got an amazing one.
This one's easy for me.
One of these has to go. Renato, which one of these things is
now? This one's easy for me. I'm more curious to find out what it is for females. I think I know the answer to that one, but for me, easy is the money.
Really?
I have never, that is never even a consideration, not even for a split second in my picking of a chick that I want to enjoy spend some quality time.
Okay.
Not even a little bit. It's not a part of that one.
Okay, well, that is true. I will say I will play to the stereotype there where a woman.
No, women care about that.
Probably. Oh no, it's a big thing. And after, I don't. This is Karyn taking the high road.
Yeah, please do.
My next time, money is important. And I will say that it's problematic being a woman and being the earner, right? So I will say for me, money is the one they got to have it. The one that I will say is the deal breaker for me is like if you absolutely have to have a sense of humor. Like honestly, all the four of the rest of the things could go literally, except for almost for that. Like literally, the sense of humor is literally so key to me. Like I am begging to be entertained. I am begging for somebody to make me laugh. Like because my job is like whatever. Like my job is all about extrovert, and doing and like making other people look good at my desk and And like my whole job is to build other people up and make them look good. And so I want somebody to entertain me. Like if you can make me laugh, you have a couple of bucks and your face is good, we're probably in business.
I mean, caray.
So the great shape body thing, I mean, I want somebody who's in shape, but it's not like, okay, deal breaker, right? Like, so it's not going to be the end of the world.
So what's got to go?
Shape. So the thing that's got to go is the ideal body part thing for me, because I don't have an ideal. I don't have a thing where I'm just like.
So you mean to tell me? Hold on now.
Well, look I know you're gonna say like he has a magic D and he's got magic D and it solves world problems.
Hold on,
I've never met anybody like that, and I don't think
so
it's gonna happen.
What I'm telling you though, because we're not trying to make this easy. This shit's supposed to be hard. Well, that's a double entendre.
That's what he said. But to me, the special body part is the thing that goes.
But the special body part, let's put it to you this way. When I thought about this question before, I thought about for men, for me, it's titties or ass.
Right.
Look, I don't want to be shallow. One of those things have to be in effect. You're not going to get away with you have zero of either of them. I'm sorry. We can be friends.
What if they're both middle of the road? So one has to be great?
I don't love it. I'm going to be honest. I don't love that.
So the women you're attracted to have one of those two things are awesome, right? There's nobody that's just sort of a 6 on all those.
More
They're
often
either
than
a 9
not.
or a 10 in one or the other.
More often than not, is a woman has a great ass and she could have like almost no titties, you know.
So you don't care about face. What about face?
Of course, that's not in that wasn't in the part that I'm talking.
Handsome or pretty face was on the list.
Yeah, no. But I'm talking about we wasn't haggling over that part. We was just talking about the body parts. We didn't say the handsome faces. That was another category, at least in the list that I had.
Yes.
So now, because that's a different story. That's not chits, ass, dick.
Right.
The face is a different story.
Totally different category, right?
So when we're talking about body parts, let's face it, for the deal breaker stuffs for men and for women, let's face it, we're not like she have a big or a little vagina. You know what I mean? Do she have tits to speak of or ass to speak of? Okay. Now, in a perfect world, in a world where it's all sunshine and rainbows and everything goes your way and stuff, she's gonna have these great, perfect double D's that look like they fake, but they fucking heal. And then she's gonna have an ass that she comes into the home and then it come in like 5 minutes later, whatever. Okay.
But don't. Great.
Okay. Great. That's great. And I want to win $1 billion in the lottery, whatever. But in the heel world, I'm gonna want to have. Let me just get one of that one. Let me get one of that one. Okay. Let me get a. If she's gonna have just a passable ass that's like nothing to speak of, I hope that I pray to my God that she have some tits that is like.
See, because I guess I'm taking it personally because I don't feel like I excel in either of those areas. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
okay, so what you don't realize,
I'm not trying to be your girlfriend, but I'm just
first of all,
I don't feel like I excel in either of those areas. So for me, I'd be like, well, shoot, that dude's out. I guess I fail because I let me tell you something. Let me tell you,
don't
have great boobs. So
Karyn Bryant, two things. A, you are trying to be my whatever, and then second. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. For a person like me, and I can't speak to every type of guy, but for a person like me, and for guys that I know, and for the overwhelming majority of the men that I associate with, okay? And I know a lot of fucking people, okay?
Right.
Some of the shit that you think is, oh boy, I don't like that, is to us what we do like, okay? I'll give you a couple of, well, I guess we'll focus on the ass, but you think having a big ass is a problem. Whereas for myself, and listen, I have good taste, okay? A big ass, and I'm not just talking about any old sloppy fucking big old fat fucking ass that's just doing whatever willy-nilly or whatever.
Right.
An ass that is there. It's
a clear and present danger.
Yeah, it's there. It's here. Okay, and there's no denying this. That is something that a person like myself would look at as like, oh, she have one of those stuffs. You understand? She have, like, for instance, it's like this. You know how we like, you know how look, if most guys, if they're a chitty guy,
Yeah.
they're not into like itty bitty chitties. That don't mean a chitty guy.
No,
What it
they're
usually mean is
always
there's like some bosom to like that kind of make you go like
they
ooh
want
yo yo
right,
yo,
right,
that you want to like smoosh up on and get your face in there.
right.
On the same token, a great ass and ass that make you get excited, that make your blood boil, is have some of the same properties. Okay, which is, and there's varying degrees of it, just like there's varying degrees of big chitties. That's nice. You could find some full C's that you could be like, God damn, those are some titties, you know. But also, you could have a woman who's a bigger girl that have you like some double H or whatever, and those fucking things just make you go like, oh God, you know what I mean? Like they kind of like, I'm being serious though. So
No, I would imagine at some point there might be too much.
So yeah, I guess I think so. I think that the idea of like the biggest chitties in the world is more exciting than the reality of that one. But just like probably like dick is like, oh, I want a dick that's this big. And then in reality, what are you gonna do with that one? But I feel that uh, um, especially this too. You have a waist that's athletic, and then you have the hips and the ass. So what you have to guys who is like, let's say, a ass guy, you fulfill the check mark of like, oh, does she have ass? Yeah. Just like if they was to say, do she have chitties, to a girl who have like big chitties, be like, yeah, she got big
Right.
old chitties. So you have big old chitties of ass. So whether you like it or not, guys like it. Okay, unless you're like Dana White, who like a girl that have like a ironing board for an ass, and that's, I don't know those guys. I don't know too many of those guys. I guess they out there somewhere. But most guys that I know,
All the Brazilians I know love booty. Love
yeah,
the
and
bunda.
listen, there's
So
plenty
which
of
one
white
of these
guys
has to
who.
go then for you? Then because we got to move on to another
I
question. So
said
which
it,
one of
money.
these-
I said it. I said it in two
So the
seconds.
money,
I said money.
the money goes. The money goes.
Fuck it.
Okay.
I'll make money. Fuck all that. I don't need money from a girl. I just need her to not bust my chops about money.
Okay. So I have a question for you, Renato. What is the best superpower? Flight, invisibility, mind reading, shape shifting, or super strength? I personally believe there is only one answer to this.
Okay, I'll try. You want mine or you want yours?
I think there's only one answer to the greatest superpower. And I believe it is invisibility.
Now listen. I think if I had to hate them from like worst to best, I think that would be my number two
What?
for
Flight,
invisibility.
invisibility, mind reading, shape shifting, or super strength, and you're saying invisibility is the second most bullshit?
No, the second best.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
yeah.
that
I was
yours
gonna
is the
say, it is
second best.
definitely-
However, and this is just a personal preference, for me, the idea of flying is so intoxicating. I've had so many fucking dreams where I can fly like a superhero.
Yeah.
I would be in heaven. And I remember being a little kid and watching Superman, the Christopher Reeve. Oh, and just the idea of just I can fucking fly. Something about that, even if the other one is more practical for stealing or whatever the fuck you're thinking about, or eavesdropping on people or whatever. Something about just going, I'm out of here, porra. But that's me. I'm a free bird. You know what I mean? Like I just to be able
That
to
makes
just pick
sense.
up and go, fuck it. I'm flying. Something about that. And I don't think you hung if you don't pick that one, just for my personal preference. But invisibility number two for all the dastardly shit that I would want to do. Like for instance, steal shit from people and secrets and all that kind of bullshit.
Well, that's my thing is I agree a flight would be amazing. Like,
Oof.
like you said, to just be like, peace out. Like, right? Like, just like,
I would take chicken heads like Lois Lane, Margot Kidder. And then if they don't act right, if they like, by the way, the first date, you're not going to get on. And just so you know, I'd be like this. Oh, God, I'd be like, get out of there.
Oh, wait, I missed it. You hiccuped there. Wait, what happened?
Oh, I said, okay, am I back? Am I back
you're
or
just
no?
a little jittery. Yeah, you're just a little jittery.
Let's try. Oh, I know what I can do.
Yeah,
Let me choose. Hold on. Let me don't go nowhere, okay? Watch this.
Yeah, you got a little jittery. We're trying to work with him in his Cricket Wireless. You guys know the deal with the Cricket. I guess he'll come back. We have several more scenarios for you guys. Telekinesis. I know that is a good one, warrior fella. Telekinesis is a great superpower as well. Wait, where did he? Oh, wait, you're sideways. There you are. Hi.
Hold on.
There you are.
Am I back and better than ever?
You're back and a little supersized. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
So now, but I'm not jittery.
Okay, yeah. So warrior fella had mentioned telekinesis, but I did not include telekinesis.
I'll give you telekinesis. Listen,
but I'm just saying, to me, flight, invisibility, mind reading, shape shifting, or super strength. To me, invisibility is 100% the correct answer because, okay, granted, I can't necessarily like just get up and be like, I'm out of here. But if I'm invisible, I can get on any flight I want anytime.
True.
And so I can go anywhere I want around the world. And so, sure, maybe I have to stand, during the flight, or maybe every now and then I'm just sitting in an empty seat, or whatever. But like, to me, honestly, invisibility, I don't even think of the flight thing because I do love to travel. That's like one of my favorite things. But honestly,
you could be a stewardess.
No, it's just that if I was invisible, I would go to every single rock concert that I ever wanted to go to. Like, I literally think that's why I want that superpower, to just be able to stand on the side of the stage, like on the stage. Like, imagine if you could just be like, F it. Chili Peppers.
I could fly
in whatever tonight. Like,
I could fly in. I could fly in like Superman.
You can.
And then if they go, hey, get this guy out of here. These guys are bum. Get him out of here. I go like this. Look. I go, and I fly to the other side. And they go, oh, fuck. And I just go like this. Look. Oh, God, I
chase you around. But meanwhile, they wouldn't even know I was there. Like, I could be grooving with Flea right next to him.
But then Flea never going to know you was there. So you're insignificant. It's like you was never there.
It doesn't matter. It's not about
me. Flea's going to be like this. That guy could fly. Oh, God, I want to hang out with. I want to party with that guy.
It's about my joy. It's about me having a great time. I literally.
I don't want you to have a great time. I want
invisibility, literally, so that I could go to like every concert or play or show or whatever I felt like, and then also, like you said, the whole nefarious thing. Not even to be whatever, but like just to be in on the meetings that my bosses and like all the people.
Oh God!
All this stuff that I've never been privy to. I want to be the fly on the wall to hear the stuff
that might hurt your feelings, though. It might hurt your feelings.
Because if it hurts my feelings, then I will have a heads up to like go look for a job somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would all be, yes, it would be crappy to hear some of this stuff, but it would all be valuable information. Like, I think that the information you got from invisibility, while yes, sometimes it would suck to know that this person doesn't love you and these people don't really like you, whatever. Like, I feel like it would streamline a lot of crap in life. And also I could go wherever I wanted at any time.
But it might go to my head.
Is the correct answer.
It might go to my head though, because if I see people and behind it, like, oh God, did you see what Uncle Henach did yesterday? Oh, boy, he was incredible. And then I'm like, oh, boy, well, you're not Hong, okay? You know what I mean? And women talking, kibitzing with each other about your Uncle Henach. Maybe it's best I don't even know that stuff.
And by the way, Gus Cruz, yes, the clothes would disappear too. Like in my world, everything you're wearing or whatever.
No, that's unrealistic.
I don't have to go everywhere naked in my world.
Wait, Karyn Bryant, that's unrealistic now.
Somebody had a good point. Teleportation is another one that would have been maybe good to have on here, but yes.
But then I don't get to have the experience of flying and taking chicken heads. It's better than having on the back of your motorcycle because you're flying with these chicken head, and then if they don't act right, you're gonna see if they can really fly.
What would you pick?
You just heard it. Flight.
Flying? Flight?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
You see how the Invisible Man, he went fucking crazy, the Invisible Man. That's a cautionary tale. You ever H.G. Wells or whatever? He was drunk with power and he became a fucking sociopath. He's sick person because he had too much power.
Okay.
I already got enough power.
For you, Renato. We are moving along. Renato, which one would you say you're okay with? No more music or no more TV? This one is a very easy choice for me.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, as much as I fucking love TV, I just couldn't take away music. I mean,
exactly.
I can do. Here's the thing. I think this is what it boiled down to. Not that one is better than the other. I mean, look, I love TV, I love movies, all that stuff, but there's only one of them that you can do while doing other shit too.
Yeah.
I can't watch TV while I'm driving. I can't, work out. Well, you can work, I guess, certain stuff. I couldn't play. There's a lot of shit you can do with fucking music.
Because
music
what
is
if
more
your
versatile.
TV is like a video countdown show or something?
Whatever.
Like, therefore, you have music and TV.
Listen, I check music because it come into play more than TV. That's it. I mean that it just I'm a big TV lover. I'm a TV junkie, but music I could not live without. TV I could find a way to live without.
Me too. To me, it's not a hard choice at all. I take music all day. Like,
I'm sure other people, there's plenty of people who would not agree though.
I know, and I work on TV, and it's ironic maybe, or it's weird, but I used to work in music. I used to run a radio station. I was a DJ for many years. For like I was a DJ for like 5 years, and I ran a radio station. I love music for folks, and actually, Renato, it's Anthony Kiedis's birthday. And this part here, or wait, this is Anthony's signature right here, this part.
Oh, caralho. That's the mother's milk.
Yeah. So this is the mother's milk thing. And so when I ran my radio station, the Chili Peppers came, and unfortunately, Chad had to go get like his drums fixed, so he couldn't come. But John Frusciante,
that's a likely story.
and Anthony all signed that poster. And yeah, for me, I almost went into a career in the music biz as, working for a record label, trying to, do an A&R and that type of thing. Like, so music is my real love. And like, so yeah, to me, it's not even close. I would give TV up in a second. And
it feels, it's hard. It's like a selfish choice for me.
Which is crappy to say because TV's amazing, but.
TV, it was... I mean, the whole that TV I played, especially in my earlier years when I was a child, there was times when TV was my best friend. You know what I mean? There was, imagine all those fucking cartoons and those movies and things that you watch on TV.
Eddie
I mean,
Beach is saying they need TV. Yeah, like a lot of people need TV for escapism and to see the world. And like, look at it, and all TV is not bad. Like, there's travel shows, there's entertainment shows, there's history shows, there's science shows. Like, you can see the world on TV. Like, it's not all bad. I'm not saying you're sitting around just watching Family Guy.
And I'll tell which you could do worse, but I'll tell you, it flipped. When I was a kid, TV was much more important to me than music, and then as an adult, it's the opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's how I feel as well. Okay, so now, Renato, a couple of the ones that we're going to get to now were a little bit more of the ones that were maybe the Renato questions that were.
Okay, wait. Can you know what? I'm going to use one of my powers of invincibility to take a piss.
Okay, you do that because the last two questions that we have are your sort of more.
They're more risque?
Yeah.
Okay, and we don't want me to have to take a piss during those ones. We want me to be able to enjoy this one.
Yeah, so you go to the loo.
Okay, I got a piss. Hold on.
Go quickly, and I'll talk to the folks for a couple of seconds here. But listen, folks, while he's gone, I should let you know that if you didn't already know, all of these shows are on are available for audio downloads too, right? So you can find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music. If you want to download this, if you miss any of this and you got here late or you got here early or whatever, and you didn't hear all of it, you can listen to us on a download as well. But if you are on YouTube or then you should hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on Fistivities.com. Thank you for being here. And this is episode 58. My kid just texted me. I gotta call her later, help her with her homework. But yeah, last week's show was all about the Halloween episode. Lots of movies, and I know we were talking about some of that stuff. Now we're talking about TV and music and stuff like that. Now, when we were with Josh Barnett last week, that's what we got into a lot, was movies and kind of a lot of we got into some heavy metal stuff too, but talking a lot about horror movies and cult classics and all that kind of stuff. So I am curious though what some of you guys think. Okay, well, so out of superpowers, Dean saying you take the Wolverine or Deadpool healing factor. Yeah, I mean, that's another superpower that would be cool. I guess on the superpower thing, I could have gone through a bunch of different ones because, yeah, you're right. Like, a super healing is one of those things that would have been great. What was something else that somebody said? Telekinesis would have been amazing. Teleportation, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, listen, Ryan, Headbanger's Ball. I used to, Matt Penfield, who used to do Headbangers Ball. I used to work with Matt sometimes over at MMA, over at MTV and stuff like that. So, yeah. Oh, hi. You're back. Hi. Yeah. He's back in his Iron Cheek sweat. And hey, look, you're not as sweaty too. That's good.
Oh, yeah. You think so?
Okay. Hey, listen. I'm going to now get to your questions because I don't want to. I know we're humming along here, but are you feeling better?
Later.
Yeah, you feel better?
So much better.
I know, right? Okay. So this is a question Renato had for you guys.
No, God, are you?
Would you have sex with your best friend to save their life?
I'm going to listen to you answer first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh, hell.
Well, I mean, listen. Probably yes. But because by definition, if it's my best friend, I don't want them to die.
No shit. That's why it's a hard question. Now here's the question.
And I'm trying to think if I have like one ideal bestie. I mean, I feel like I have some very, very close friends. It would have
to be somebody that it would be very fucking awkward.
Right. Like I'm saying, like awkward AF.
Yeah, and you can't we're not just talking about.
Yeah, we're talking bare minimum, Panado. We're talking bare minimum.
And since these females, it's like, it's not that she's gonna go down on you. Like you gotta go down on her. Oh, porra. It's not easy. Listen, Karyn Bryant, this isn't easy. It's like a Sophie's choice, Karyn. You're gonna feel devastated after this because you know what you gotta also consider? You may save their life, but you might destroy your friendship. But that's how much you care about them. You're like, even if we're not gonna be friends anymore, I want you to live. God, you live, porra.
I feel like this is so like stereotypical, but I feel like this is so much of an easier question for me to answer than for you. Like,
oh, it's devastating for me.
I feel like I can say yes, I'll do it and save my friend's life way faster than you would admit to saying yes, you will do that with Vinny Magalhaes.
This first of all, you it would be the easiest question if it was for Vinny Magalesh. He can go die easy, easy peasy. Now, if I'm thinking about certain like really good friend that I really value their friendship, here's the part that sucks.
You would be the part that sucks.
That would be That would be devastating. That a second of all, to have like my best friend to gave me the hard one, like to deliver the goods to myself. I think the hardest part would be not administering to them. It would be to be receive. It's the
I
opposite
just
of
want to say, by the way, this was
huh.
your question.
Yeah, because this is a hard fucking. This is hard. This is not easy.
That's what he said.
You have to really care about someone because it's devastating. It's fucking devastating.
I mean, you're so I mean, you just look.
You have to do it. You would have. Listen. As much as I would
really
hate
taking
it,
this to heart too. By the way,
because I'm thinking about being in the situation. Okay, and
oh
if it was
God,
heel, if I had to say,
Christian Hinoso is happy to give their friend the Juhasco if need be.
now, okay, so great. No, 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 no. What was the person's name?
That is Christian.
No,
Hinoso.
Christian Hen also. Not so easy. Not so easy. Yeah, it's heel easy to let your friend. Yeah, we're not talking about letting your friend give you a nice tasteful blowjob, and then going, well, I guess if I gotta fuck, they get. No, you the one who's got to administer the blowjob. You the one who's got to catch. He's the one who's pitched. Not so easy anymore, is it? Not so fucking easy anymore, is it? Or it's heel easy when you know what it remind me of? You know they say it's easy to be the hammer and not the nail.
Right.
You're gonna be the nail on this one. You're not the hammer. Hammer chime is a lot easier. Right.
It's right out of you. It's right out of your Brokeback Mountain.
Very true, and I know something, a little something about that. I went to the depths of my. I was plumbed the depths, huh?
But so the answer for you is yes, right? I mean, mine is yes because
it's a begrudging yes.
Mine is yes. It's going to be awkward, but I'm saying yes.
It's a begrudging yes because I'm gonna. You know how like if you think I'm not gonna guilt trip my friend for the rest of their life, like it's gonna come with some consequence. Like I better not get like a card with nothing in it for any holiday or my birthday.
You want that Taco Bell gift card? You want that?
I'm getting it. I'm getting hides to the airport. I'm getting if I need to like a shoulder to cry on. I'm calling all hours of the morning. Like any favor, you're helping me move. You're helping me paint. You're helping me. You're heating my horrible screenplays. You're doing anything from then on. You're there for me.
You're like Henry Hill when Joe Pesci needs a side gig for the double date. You're Henry Hill all day.
Yeah, yeah. I knew it. You know what? You fucking know what? I'm trying to fucking make you
don't like Italians.
Yeah, I do a lot of fucking favors for you. Don't I do a lot of fucking favors?
All I gotta do is come. She don't like Italians.
Exactly. Can you imagine?
Doesn't like Italians.
Yeah, prejudice against in this day and age.
Prejudice against Italians.
Prejudice against Italians. Yeah, I'm trying to fucking bang this, bro. You want to fucking do me a favor? Yeah, so it's like that. So you're gonna fucking do me a lot of favor. A lot of favors gonna be coming my way after that one.
By the way, please don't cancel us for quoting Goodfellas.
They could never.
Please don't. But everybody's so sensitive. We are not Kanye. Please don't cancel us for quoting Goodfellas.
Oh, never mind any of that. They're not gonna. Never mind that guy.
Okay. Renato, you had one other extreme. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, this is called the Larry Johnson.
Wait, hold on. I think I got to all the other ones that I wanted to discuss. Now, this was your extreme last call poll question for the evening.
But this is a hard one.
Oh, that's what she said.
Wow.
Would you accept? Well,
this isn't would you accept. If you have two choice, there's no third choice. You gun to your head. There's two choice. A good blowjobby from your grandma or a bad blowjobby from your grandma. Either way, you're getting a blowjobby from your grandma.
but why?
Never mind why. Because the guy from Saw, the guy who's on the tricycle, he's making you do that one. Now here's the question. Now here's the thing. To be fair, the only reason I thought of this is because there's a guy I follow. He's like, I forgot his fucking name, but the account's like called like Chadura or Chadondra, whatever the fuck it is. He's a comedian, a Canadian black guy, like a light skinned black guy who's Canadian, have like an afro, and he's a very funny fucking guy.
Okay.
And he's always like, follow me, you fucking idiots, at the end or whatever. He's a funny guy.
Right.
You would like the guy. He's got a shit-eating grin. He's funny.
Okay.
Anyway, he was talking about this, but in his, he mentioned, he talked about it as being a hand jobby. Okay? And he made some very salient point about this, and I had never considered it. And I thought to myself, oh God, how are you? And for me, I thought, well, a blood, as bad as the idea of your grandma giving you a hand jobby, it's still a little impersonal. And kick it up a notch, the blow jobby, okay? Now, here's
I'm guessing it's the other side of
this
the
is not just for me,
though, right? It's the other side of the family grandma, at least, right?
No, it's the grandmiest grandma you ever have. It's your bestest grandma. Now, for you, you can choose. You can intersperse is your Grammy or your grandpa. Okay, and either one, they're doing what they're doing to you. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Not. Yes. No, but that's the thing is in this you can't just say no, because then if we can say no, then it's easy. No. You think I wouldn't say no?
Then I'm saying bad. There's no way
you have to.
A good one. There's so many complicated feelings.
So let me to give you the devil's advocate on this one for a good one.
This is so disturbing.
Yeah, of course it's disturbing. You gotta face the music, Karyn Bryant. You said you like music so fucking much. So listen. Of course I don't want my grandma to get. There's a lot of people. My grandma is not high on the list of people I want to give me a blowjob. She's not last, but she's not the first. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so if my grandma, look, either way, she's giving me a blowjob.
Oh God!
As we all know, that there's a metric for when the blowjob is done. Are we gonna get that blowjob done quicker? If it's a good one or a bad one?
Can you even if it's a bad one?
Yeah.
You just got to think of something else.
You kind of check the
Or
hands.
is it even a bad one a good one? Like, do you know what I mean? Is there no such thing as a bad one?
It's good psychologically because you're like, at the end of the day, you're like, oh, this chick's sucking my dick.
That's what I'm saying. There's no such thing as a bad one in a way, right? Because of...
In a way, but there is bad one, and I'll tell you what makes it heal bad. Worse than lack of enthusiasm, worse than lack of technique, is a truthy blowjob, which usually goes out with high school. The last time I had like a truthy blowjob probably was in high school. But a truthy blowjob is so awful because all the goodness that you get, the sensation of like the lips and the mouthy kind of the juiciness of a blowjob is negated by like the feeling of like fangs like clawing at you know what I mean, like something hard and scratchy just scraping your dick. It's like it's the opposite of what you want, so it kind of is like, oh God,
I would imagine that would instill fear.
Fear not so much. It's almost like also like a disappointment and like this is what you got, this is it, like it would be like a restaurant serving you
phrase.
It would
Women say that often as well.
I'm not surprised. In fact, I could imagine them saying it more because it's harder. look, a dick is a pretty simple object. It's pretty straightforward. The fucking dick. A pussy is a lot more intricate. So you can. I feel like a dick is like being able to play the fucking chamberine.
Like the big drum in the band, and meanwhile the girl, you got to be able to play the piccolo, right? Yeah.
Yeah, or you got to be able to play like a fucking.
Right.
Like what's the before pianos or whatever, you know what I mean? Like something
exactly,
that's
exactly that.
Yeah. I mean you playing
chords and all.
Yeah, you're playing like the Stradivari. You know what I mean? You're like, this is like some serious. You're playing the violin, whatever. You understand? You better be the maestro.
You can't.
Whereas
you can't miss
a dick.
You know
what a dick is?
It's a big drum. You got.
No, you know what the dick is? The he quarter. Yeah. It's like got 3 fucking woo.
So basic. You can always make music with it. It's so basic.
Yeah.
I only remember playing the recorder
or a kazoo, like.
Right.
But.
So you're
so
the good one though then.
So here's I'm not. Look, this is not an easy fucking. This is a horrible choice that you make. It's like which one you're gonna kill your children or something like that. But for this one, it's like, listen, she's already doing it. Get it out of the way. Close your eyes. Just get it out of the way, and just maybe at least there was one positive aspect. She's like, God are you, Granny? Not for nothing. Granny gave a hell of a fucking blowjob.
That's nasty.
Wait, bad one.
Dustin says a bad one involves the teeth or the dentures and.
I'll tell you what. One thing Grandma
have. So disturbing.
One thing Grandma have in her.
The Dean says, "Gun to his head, he'll take death." I'm with you on this one, Dean. Thank you. Kill me now.
You know what? That's not even.
And Fernando says though. Fernando does bring up a good point, saying the bad one might take longer.
I already said that. That's the same way as saying the good one is going to happen quicker. So listen. That's a cop-out. There is no, because he doesn't have to face death right now to say that. So you don't get to, it's the Watcher, Galactus, somebody is going, the devil, somebody's going, listen, motherfucker, you have 2 choices. There's no other choice, there's no death, nothing. Good one, bad one. And that's it.
So you chose good.
Yeah, because I'll go like this. I go like this, Grandma, no. And then I'll go, oh, yeah, Grandma. I'll go like this. I go like this. Oh, Grammy, stop. Oh, but
Grandma, no, but that's what's so disturbing. It's your grandma.
I know, but Grandma, listen. Grandma, if it wasn't for Grandma, she was doing something right if I was here in the first place.
I'm not trying to get some like layers of weird family dynamics on there too. It's at least gotta be the one you're not related to.
Listen, have you ever seen, never mind that, it's gotta be the one you're related to. And here's another stuff. You ever see they used to do like stuff on HBO where it was like the heel hookers of Atlantic City or whatever?
Yeah, I love like.
Well, remember there was one who had like a limp, like a white bitch who was like had a limp. That bitch used to take her fucking tooth out, her dentures out, and she'll give you one of those jammies right there. I tell you what, there was a lot of satisfied customers at Atlantic City at the boardwalk that weekend. There was you could see the Taj Mahal in the background. Oh, fuck out on you.
And at any rate, I do think we will probably put some of these out for people to share their opinions on as well on some of these. But Andrea agreeing with you, just take the dentures out and get it over with.
You know what she can do with that? She can put it in extra strength Pepsodent or whatever.
Stop it.
Or no, Effordent. You remember back in the days, they don't do it anymore. Karyn Bryant, listen, you remember they don't do them anymore. You remember they used to do commercials for stuff you dunk the dentures in? And then they show one with the leading brand and then one with the other one, and the bubbles get the stuffs off of there. And he remember one more stuff. He remember this because people used to smoke a lot more back then. I just shot into my head. Your grandma probably used. He remember the toothpaste for smokers only. It's called Chopo.
Topo, yes.
Chopal. Chopo. You remember? And it shows like somebody's dirty brown
I
cheese.
totally do.
Chopo.
You're
I haven't
right.
thought about that in I don't know how many years. I just because of the Afrodench, I just thought of Chopo. That's
But you're
because
right, it
people
was
used to
for
smoke
like it was to get
only
rid
for
of the
smokers.
stains.
It would get hit, and then he remember it showed somebody blowing through with like cigarettes through like a cloth, and it showed like a brown stainy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, Chopo. So I'm gonna make Granny use extra Chopo and Listerine. And you know what? While she's do that one, you know how sometimes people like to do different steps, like a woman might put an ice cube or something that's like, to change the sensations or whatever in her mouth or whatever. Instead, because she's Granny, she's gonna put like a Werther's, like a hard candy or a Werther's, one that she kept in her purse,
Like
or
a
like
toffee fay, it's too good for kids.
yeah, a chocolate fay, or she even put how grannies like to have, like, she maybe have some.
Yeah, they always have a butterscotch
mints,
or some kind of a hard.
or she have like a minch. She have a collection of minch that she took from different restaurants that she was at. Oh boy! Huh?
You might get a little bit of a.
Well, you know what it's gonna be like when she gave.
She's gone to.
No, I was just about to say no. No, I was just about to say, you just had my mind, but it's me instead. She's the one who checked that one, and I'm go like this. Suddenly, I'm on Mount Everest. God, are you? And it's like she just bit into a York peppermint patty.
York peppermint patty.
Well, God, are you?
On the same page. Oh God. Okay. Well, Renato, thank you for sharing your opinions.
Wait, hold on. Instead of being on the Mount Everest or whatever, for her, she's on the Matterhorn. She's on the Horn of Planche. Anyway, I think Grandma. Listen, it's a win-win. Grandma don't got a lot of years left for her. She's gonna throw caution to the wind.
Let her have some fun. Although, you know what's hilarious is when you hear about how they've said in old folks' homes, like syphilis, is rampant, because a lot of the old folks are like, "F it, like we're on our way out anyway. Like we don't need to Jimmy caps and all this stuff." And so there's actually a very high rate of sexually transmitted diseases.
It makes total sense because a couple of reasons. But first, they're gonna take what they can get. Then they're not gonna get pregnant. No fucking when, no how. And then also they're near death anyway. They're fuck it. Who cares now? Yeah.
I could just see you being the player of the old folks' home.
I will be. You can go there
fucking early. You'll go there at just barely 67 or 68 or 69 years old.
That's when I'll go 69.
And you'll be like, "What up?"
You know what I'll be like?
A young whippersnapper.
I will be like this. I will be like, you ever seen Twilight Zone, the movie? His Sketchman Crothers come and he's like the old black guy. He's like, "You want to play kick the can or whatever?" And then I give them my Johnson, and to every one of them, it make them feel young, like the movie Cocoon.
I love Cocoon.
Yeah, well, you're gonna love this then. You're gonna love my Johnson, because my Johnson look like some of those Cocoon, like the ones in the bottom of the pool. You see, dark, and have some hedges and stuff on there.
And some kind of hair and kind of.
Well, whatever. And it can make you to feel young again.
It'll make me feel young again.
It's gonna make you feel like Wilford Brimley. It's gonna make you feel like Donna Meach.
Donna Michi was the player of that movie. You were probably Donna Michi was your kindred spirit, because Donna Michi was the one who had a little young side piece or something, right? And then had the other one
Listen, it's not unlike. I'm no stranger to this.
By the way, I just want to let you know that I do have my African sunset candle going right now.
Oh God!
And it does smell great.
Oh, I bet.
In honor of our show, I know we mentioned early on when we started doing the show that we should maybe put our own brand of Fistivities candles out in African sunset. I feel like It's a very sensual smell, if I'm honest with you. And
That's what it smells like when I'm done in the home or whatever, like in my bed home, when I'm done for women. They're like, cara, it smells like African sunset in here. Ah, porra. They're like, is somebody burning an African sunset? Porra.
Okay, hey, listen, Renato, we should wrap it up and start to get out of here. I'm working again this weekend. I was telling the folks this weekend I'm back at the desk. We got Lemos versus Rodriguez, and we saw that Chidi in our Chidi's Choice. Chidi does think that Amanda Lemos is going to win, but we will see what happens with that.
I could see that. Listen, he's not far off, but let me tell you something. Didn't he?
He's aggressive.
You want to know something? Now, okay, so I finally went with his choice this past weekend. Did he?
All right.
Who did he pick?
He picked Calvin.
Yeah, remember I told you if I fucking do it, he's gonna lose his streak.
He's gonna lose. I know. And
no, I'm kidding. I didn't. You know why I didn't do it? Because I thought about betting on this one, but then I saw that it was against the two guys that I like, so I was like, I don't even want to do that.
They're two good dudes. Yeah.
There's
I don't
bad mojo. There's a bad mojo in betting against someone you like. Is weird. I don't know. It's strange.
Agreed. I don't bet ever.
Because then you're gonna be really, yeah. There's always there's a rule of thumb too. Like people just say, listen, if you're betting, don't bet with your heart. Like don't ever bet on teams. Don't bet on like your favorite team. Like just leave that out of it. Be cold about it. You know.
Well, literally, John Anik would sometimes bet against the Patriots because he loved them so much that he would like bet against them. You know what I mean? To like try to.
I don't even understand that.
And different things like John, like it was crazy.
Oh, that's really that's forward thinking. I can't do nothing.
I agree. I don't bet on the fights. It just makes it a lot easier because otherwise you stress out. But there are times when I think, okay, well, I might have known some stuff and maybe I could have made some money on this parlay, but you never know because the fight game is so unpredictable and erratic, and you just.
Well, give me your money. I'll hold it for you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me hold.
I'll manage that one for you.
But listen, Renato, I was telling the folks too. All of our shows, this is episode 58. All of our shows are available on Stitcher, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and
we spoil these fucking people.
Where else? Where else did I say? Amazon
When
Music,
we was young, did we have a
Stitcher,
podcast on all that stuff?
Apple Podcasts.
When we was young, you had to listen to your podcast on the fucking WBLS or K-Hawk. There was you didn't have none of that. You didn't have
Amazon, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. That's where we are.
And on Wish, and also on what's another one? Where can you buy other stuff?
On the Wish version.
They have it on Wish, Etsy, and Headbobble.
And also, hey, but listen, it's episode 58. Last week's episode with Josh Barnett, we went on a deep dive on all kinds of movies and stuff. And I was telling people that 5 of the people that fought on last Saturday's card have been guests of ours. But how many of them watched Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde? I would be more curious to find that. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not a lot. Probably not a lot. But that was a crazy movie. And if you guys didn't see our show last week, we had a lot of really great recommendations for you on horror movies and cult classics and all kinds of stuff. So people should definitely check it out if they. I'm kind of sad that I had a great time this year watching. I delved into some. I'm guilty of this. I watch a lot of shit I already seen before because it's comforting, like the way you watch like Charlie Brown Christmas or whatever. You watch these Christmas movies that make you feel good. Christmas Story. I challenged myself this Halloween to watch stuff that either I haven't seen since so long that I hardly remember them, or shit I never seen. And it was so much fun. One more stuff. I gotta recommend a brand new because I'm such a vintagey kind of guy. I like old shit. Yeah. I saw a new horror movie that was a lot of fun, and I can recommend to people. But I pray, just don't heat about it. Don't even better if you just don't even look up the trailer. There's a movie, I think it was in the theater. It just came on HBO Max called Barbarian. Oh, it's funny because somebody else tweeted about that and said they loved it, and they were like, the less you know about it, the better.
It's just so much. If you can just stop yourself from even watching the trailer. Now, if you watch the trailer, it's not going to ruin it for you. But I personally, knowing the movie and how it unfolds, if I had not even watched the trailer and I just sat down and said, okay, what is this? I would have had so much more of a blast watching this shit. Because it's a great little premise, and it's simple, and you just don't. I don't know. I applaud. It's a little movie, and what they did with not a lot was, I give them a lot of credit for that one.
And it was on Amazon, HBO. Where was it?
It's free on HBO if you have HBO Max or whatever. It's right on there. You can press.
Yeah, no, I'll check it out. And like I said, I saw somebody else tweet about it, and they said they really enjoyed it. And,
no, it's not going to change your fucking lifey. Yeah, it's not The Shining or something, but it's a little movie that for a little movie you have like, you go like, oh shit, like not too shabby, you know what I mean? Like I it's always nice to see a little different twist on something, and you think you've seen it all, and you're like, oh, okay,
Nice. No, absolutely. Yeah. I agree with you. I that sounds pretty cool. Okay, so listen, Renato.
One more stuff. The other thing that's interesting about this show is it's done kind of like how Get Out was by a guy who only did comedy before that.
Right.
This one is done by a guy who used to be in like a comedy troupe called The Whitest Kids You Know, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And they had a thing that was like Strangers with Candy, that kind of stuff. So this guy just comes from comedy and just wrote and directed this fucking horror movie. And so it's kind of interesting in that sense,
Cool.
Yeah,
right,
anyway.
Cool. All right, well, so where can people find you on social media?
They can find me at Renato_Laranja.
Nice. And that's on Twitter. That's on Insta. Listen.
That's on Instagram. But listen, I don't know if I'm going to be paying no goddamn $20 a month or whatever for that Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, is that real?
That's very real. Yeah, that's real.
Pay to be on Twitter now?
Well, you don't got to. No. It's if you want to be verified.
Pay for your check mark or some
crap
like that.
But not just once. You got to pay every month, the main chain. Like you're paying for a streaming service or whatever.
Right.
Just on principle, I don't like that. But
I know. But I do like Twitter. But
for some reason, I don't.
It's like I got to do it. Like I can't.
At one point, I would like to hear you pitch on Twitter because I'm so Instagram centric. Boy, I wouldn't miss Twitter. I never fucking.
I do like Twitter, and I have not actually noticed any changes yet for my own personal thing. So maybe I already followed them.
Not even the changes. But in general, like I will post shit on Twitter. I'm on there 0 minutes a day in terms of like just fucking around.
Yeah, no, I do.
But on Instagram, I have to force myself not to. I have to force myself not to scroll through Instagram.
Yeah, I do like them both, but anyway, regardless. Okay.
Twitter, I could that could disappear tomorrow. I wouldn't even notice.
Right. Okay. Well, so for me anyway, on Twitter and on YouTube, Karyn Bryant, Karyn. Bryant as in Kobe, no relation, but may he rest in peace. If you are watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of great stuff here. This is episode 58 of Fistivities. We have had a who's who of people on this show. Such a great guest list. But even if you're also on YouTube, I have a great library of really cool UFC moments. Early stuff with Conor, early stuff with Ronda Rousey, early stuff with John Jones, all kind of crazy stuff. So just dig around on my channel and check it out. But we do this show Tuesday nights, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. That's when we do new ones. And, we just really appreciate you guys being here with us. And thank you for donating on the super chats and all that stuff. Really appreciate it.
Donate more that. Even.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. But anyway, Renato, that's about it. And we're gonna wrap it up and say goodbye.
Okay, everybody, don't check any wooden nickel. And I'll see you guys next week on the future.
That's right. All right, folks. We'll see you next time, okay?
Ciao.
See you later. Bye.
Oh, porra.